Looking forward to this one. The owner, Mr. Chansiri, has told the Wednesday fans, if you love the club so much, why don't you pay for it? Well, if they could, they would, because they're at Hillsborough in their tens of thousands tonight, just like they always have been, just like they always will be, because it's their football club. Rain or shine, they'll be there long after he's gone. Hopefully tonight is all about the football. For us, it certainly is. Sheffield Wednesday need a huge 3 points. They host Sunderland in the Championship, live on Talksport 2, with the former Scotland striker Chris Iwelumo and Talksport's Mark Wilson.
Cheers, Hugh. Not quite the size of crowd we were expecting this evening. There's plenty in red and white, though, away to our left-hand side. And it's they who are making the noise as the two players complete their final warm-ups. Two changes for Sheffield Wednesday. No Barry Bannon, who's out injured. Delgado also drops out. He's on the bench. So it's Vasquez in goal. A back three of Bernard, of Diaby, of Fomeo. It's Valentin, Hendrick, Byers and Patterson across the middle. John Buckley and Anthony Masaba alongside Lee Gregory, who scored when these two met in the League One playoffs a season and a half ago. One change for Sunderland, Patrick Roberts, who also scored in that playoff semi-final and knocked Sheffield Wednesday out. He comes in for Abdullah Bar, who drops to the bench. Patterson is the keeper. A back four of Hume, O'Nien, Ballard and Huggins. Dan Neil holding with Roberts, Bellingham, Pritchard and Clark behind Mason Burst, who still waits for his first Sunderland goal. On the bench for Wednesday, Dawson, Palmer, Vaux, Iorfa, Delgado, Bakinson, Smith, Fletcher and Gassama. For the visitors, Nathan Bishop, Semedo, Russin, Barr, Taylor, Awashish, Sealt, Triantis and Chris Rigg, the youngster who scored a couple of goals already this season. We are going to have a minute's remembrance here of Maddie Cusack, of course the Sheffield United women's player who so tragically passed away recently, and Sheffield Wednesday are going to pay their respects here at Hillsborough this evening. Lovely tribute here. Our thoughts with Maddie's family and friends at this horrible time for them. And just a reminder, it is okay not to be okay. And if you need to speak to someone, then ask. So the football about to get underway. Can Sheffield Wednesday pick up a first win of the season? Or will Sunderland bounce back from that disappointing loss? Not a disappointing performance, but a disappointing loss at the Stadium of Light of the weekend. We're about to get underway here as the players, some of them take the knee, some of them choose to stand. We're about to get underway here at Hillsborough. Sunderland attacking the Kop end. They're going from left to right. The red and white stripes, the black shorts, the black socks, the blue and white stripes of Sheffield Wednesday. Those red numbers do not get any easier to say. The sporting weekend continues. We had all the drama at the Ryder Cup on Talksport 2 earlier. That'll continue tomorrow. But now it's back to the Championship. And a huge game. And Sunderland having to defend as the ball played forward. O'Nien actually did really well to flick that away. And it's played up towards Roberts, who tried to play it forward. A few scrappy passes already, Chris.
What a tempo. I'm telling you. It's just, you need just a little bit of quality. Take that extra touch. Get that short pass in and go into the game. Callum Patterson does exactly that now, but it was frantic challenges going in, trying to kind of move the ball forward as quickly as possible. Both teams guilty of that.
Yeah, ball out for a throw over on the far side. Big following down from the northeast. Filled the bottom section away to our left and most of the top as well, but there are a lot of blue seats away to our right in the Kop end. But once they're attacking here, they'll work the ball into the edge of the area. Ballard will clear it away, and it's an early throw and a chance here for Wednesday to get some bodies in the box.
Yeah, I've got to say it was good quality down that right-hand side. Valentin, Buckley linking up well, but you know what? Huggins and Ballard just doing their job, stopping the cross from the get-go from coming in. Yeah,
Valentin from the throw-in, trying to work it in from that right-hand side, but he overruns it and it's out for a goal kick.
See, I don't mind just a long throw coming in. Just put pressure on the goalkeeper straight away, give him something to decide. Trying the short one. If you're going to have a short throw in, you've got to create that half yard so there can be a delivery into the box.
Here forward comes Luke O'Nien, midway inside his own half. He'll have to roll it back to his keeper, Anthony Patterson, who's all in yellow tonight. Away to our right, Luis Vasquez is in green, and Wednesday have won the ball out the field again, so they're going to attack down the right-hand side. This time they've got a chance to get the ball into the box, just overran it slightly, and a chance has gone, and it's played forward. Burstow, though, can't control it, and Wednesday at the moment keeping Sunderland pen way in their own half.
Yeah, very, very good without the ball at the minute. It was O'Nien, tried that big switch of place. Valentin gets the ball down, drives. I think he has the opportunity to put the ball in the box, and he just allows the defender to come back and get in front of him. I think, put the ball, whip it across the face of goal between the last defender and goalkeeper, and be a threat. But like you say, without the ball, Sheffield Wednesday are forcing the error and then regaining possession, which
risky pass there from the goalkeeper, Vasquez, and the referee here is giving a free kick to Sunderland right on the edge of the area here. Well, the first time the ball's been in the Sheffield Wednesday half and they shoot themselves in the foot. This is a chance from 25 yards out. Pritchard already. He stood over this, and a real chance in the opening couple of minutes for Sunderland.
Yeah, it's poor from Vasquez. Diaby files the ball back to him. It wasn't a bad ball, but he tries to do it first time. He doesn't have to. Take a touch. Goalkeepers today, there's a responsibility. They've got to be good with their feet. The ball that he files into, I think it was Byers, was shocking. Opportunities like that. Sunderland, the first time in their attacking third, Vasquez has made that mistake, and it just puts a nervousness into this defensive line.
Well, Alex Pritchard is stood right in front of goal, 25 yards out. There's only him around it. He's going to hit this. There's 4 or 5 blue and white shirts stood in front of him. Sunderland players are moving around. Vasquez waits. Here now is Pritchard. Then it'll be a right-footed free kick. Comes forward, takes a deflection and loops over the top. Corner kick for Sunderland.
Yeah, well done its job. I think it had to jump as well. Got a little contact over for a corner. But yeah, don't give Sunderland the opportunity to ask questions from anywhere from the 18 to 25 yards. They have quality technicians from those dead ball situations.
Well, they've got another chance now for Pritchard. He's going to whip the ball in, right-footed in-swinger. You're live on Talksport 2 at Hillsborough tonight. Wednesday 0, Sunderland 0. But Sunderland with a bit of bonus pressure here as the corner is swung into the 6-yard box, arriving and headed in. And Sunderland lead, and it's Dan Ballard who powers the header past Vasquez. He couldn't keep it out, and Sunderland in front at Hillsborough inside 5 minutes.
Well, it's an excellent header from Ballard there. Goes, attacks the ball, meets it at its highest point. I've got to look at this because I'm sitting thinking the Sheffield Wednesday, they're zonal, and you're always giving the opposition an advantage when you're zonal. I used to absolutely be buzzing if I was up against a zonal marking defence from a corner kick, because I'm running. How can you challenge Dan Ballard there? He went, fantastic header on target. Vasquez got to be stronger with his hand, because it wasn't straight at the goalkeeper, but it was a good height for him to get a good hand behind it. Wasn't strong enough. But when you're marking like that, you're asking that.
Could the keeper have come out, Chris? Because where he's headed it, he's only a couple of yards out from goal, isn't it?
Spot on. It was 3 yards from the goal line. As a goalkeeper, again, confidence is a big part of it. You come out, you be dominant. Can you get any contact on that ball?
Well, if ever anything summed up Sheffield Wednesday at the moment, they dominated the first 3 minutes, gave away a silly free kick, and they conceded the goal shortly after. Sunderland lead here by a 1-0. There were a few boos around us. We're in the top tier of the main stand here, and we were talking all about the build-up and the owner and what's gone on today here at Sheffield Wednesday. and you get the feeling that this crowd are ready to turn. Wednesday rooted to the foot of the Championship table and are behind early on here, and the players really have got to stand up now and be counted. But for Sunderland, who dominated at the Stadium of Light of the weekend and did everything but score, they've been gifted the lead here tonight. Can Wednesday respond? They'll come forward here with Patterson over. He'll get it out wide on this near side now. Looks to swing in an early ball. It's shinned away there by Luke O'Nien. And now the ball played forward, and here's the break, but Clark just couldn't take it in. If he gets a chest on that, Chris, he's in on goal.
Yeah, again, he's always asking that question, Clark, isn't he? He's trying to stay away from it, be expansive. He knows the likes of Nine and Patrick Roberts have that eye. They've got that pass in the bank. I think Callum Patterson has to do better. He's done ever so well, got himself into the attacking third, and his cross just never beat the first man. It was easily defended.
It was. Ball played forward. Burstow he's offside. He took it on anyway, and then the flag goes up, as it does late these days, but he thought, I might as well while I'm here.
Well, Vasquez as well. I think he handball outside the box as well. Yeah. I think he knew that the flag had gone up there.
Well, look at that. What a reaction there. Vasquez has just played a free kick from the edge of his area out to the left touchline. It's gone out on the full. Patterson, who stood off the field, has just volleyed it away in frustration.
Well, it's so important. The goalkeeper, his distribution, the decisions he makes, that instills that confidence and belief into that kind of front four in front of him tonight. He's been poor. It's a poor start from the goalkeeper.
Well, Patterson has just cleared the ball away. There was half a chance there for Wednesday to have a shot from distance. They're going to work it infield now, but Sunderland again have won it, and they're looking to counter-attack. Now the crossfield switches on. This time Clark will get it. Takes it on his instep now. Supporters arriving in the middle. Jack Clark, blue and white's backing off him, edge of the area. Goes for goal! What a strike from Jack Clark! Sunderland lead by 2-0 here, and a man at the peak of his powers, Jack Clark on the break. Sunderland 2-0 against Sheffield Wednesday, and the boos ring around Hillsborough.
Well, what a goal that is. Big switch of play. He's staying expansive. He's got it all. I thought it was a poor touch from him, by the way. His touch, he took it out the sky perfectly well, but it broke his stride. It allowed the defensive unit of Sheffield Wednesday to get back, so he had two players to beat. He just drove at them very direct, cut inside, about 20 yards from goal, opened up the goal to him, and Vasquez had no chance. That bottom right hand corner, what a finish. A player in his best form at the minute, an absolute delight to see. Had so much to do there, took it on, back of the net. Fantastic strike from Jack Clark.
Well, those that were listening to William Hill earlier on, he was very keen, wasn't he, Leon? Jack Clark, that's his 6th of the season. It's funny, isn't it? I said to you when we got here, I'd like to see Jack Clark shoot more. I did say that to you. I think too often he's quite unselfish and gives it that time. Only had one thought in his mind, and he found the bottom corner.
Well, it just shows you the quality that it has. I think a player that, I think it's decision making. He has opportunities to score goals, but then if someone's in a better position, he tries to find them. He's creative, he's definitely a team player. But when you've got that quality, Mark, I agree with you. Take it on more often. Take it on more often than not.
He's showing the form. I think he's showing better form than when he first broke on the scene at Leeds. Spurs, of course, paid that big fee for him. And now the reactions around us, the home fans, well, if they weren't happy when they read that club statement this morning, they're certainly a little bit unhappier now. You're live on Talksport 2 at Hillsborough. If you just joined us, blinding start for the visitors. It's Sheffield Wednesday 0, Sunderland 2. There's a fan's just come in and sat at the side of us, Chris. He's just looked at the scoreboard. He's only just got here. His team are 2-0 down.
He's just started laughing as well. It's unbelievable. He's like, can't believe it. Yeah.
He's thinking about going home.
Just with the start that they had, and then just an error. Just invite Sunderland into the game, and they punish you from it.
And the problem, Chris, this Sunderland team, they are lightning on the break. We've seen it already. They've had 2 counter-attacks in the opening 7 minutes. Now, if Wednesday do go for them, they'll rip them to shreds.
You know what you're going to get with a Sunderland side, though, Mark? Even when you're in top, even when you're in your attacking third, as soon as it breaks down, the players all across the back, they look forward.
Here's Burstow trying to get on the end of a long ball, but this time Vasquez is correctly placed. Edge of his area will collect it. 2-0. Sunderland lead. 10 minutes on the clock.
It's going to be a long evening. This Sheffield Wednesday side now. They're not scoring enough goals. They're not creating enough chances. But they have to do something and react in this game.
Here's Bellingham after Pritchard won a great tackle, 50-50, gets it to Roberts into the area, trying to work it onto his left foot. Now he's going to go on the outside onto his right, back onto his left, falls over, still maintains possession despite two blue shirts trying to take it off him. Pritchard will try and get into the area. He wins a corner. Even when Sunderland fall over, Sheffield Wednesday can't get the ball off them.
Yeah, I'm having a go. If I'm Bellingham in the middle there, I've got to say, you know what, Roberts, here we go, ball coming in the box.
Cleared away. Danger at every turn for Sheffield Wednesday. They're shell-shocked, Chris.
Yeah, they are. So this is when you need leaders. Vasquez, barking orders, be commanding, get the players switched on. Good defensive work there from Callum Patterson. But you know what? Stop the cross from coming in.
Stop it from coming in. It sounds easy. But it's not at the moment. Sheffield Wednesday in disarray on and off the field. The team newly promoted. They're without Barry Bannon. There's no Josh Windass in their matchday squad. And at the moment, seemingly they're without hope. But there could be a chance here as they break forward now. Down the right-hand side they have it. Over on that far side. Early ball in. Just a little bit too deep. And in the end, the header from Gregory was always going to go wide. He just couldn't quite get underneath it, but at least that time there was the intent to get the ball in early.
Yeah, definitely. I'm thinking you're looking at that. Bernard finds himself in a really good position. A very, very early cross. A lot of work for Gregory to do. I think if anything he's just trying to get a contact to try and keep it in play, but he's overstretching there. I don't mind the early cross coming in, but you've got to have bodies breaking the neck to get on the end of it.
And I think as a fullback or a winger in this team, Lee Gregory's going to be probably between the posts, isn't he? Looking for the ball early in. It's not like you don't know he's going to be there. That's
why every opportunity you get it in. I just felt there that the fullback could have taken another touch to the line and allowed more bodies to get themselves in that attacking area.
Here's Patterson at the back, gets it to Luke O'Nien. Isco Munoz looks on from the edge of his technical area. Tony Mowbray's got his hands in his pockets. He stands there, never gets overly animated on the sideline, Tony, but he's very proud of this young team that he's building. A team, we talk about football clubs having an identity, and Sunderland have got one. Young players, let them play. And they are playing some lovely football at the moment. They did slip up at the weekend, but on a good run prior to that, picking up points and moving up the table, looking to go one better than last year's playoff effort. But Sheffield Wednesday, the one good thing for Wednesday is they win a free kick on halfway. There's still a lot of time in this game, and if they score next, then it's game back on.
Yeah, it's, when you look at the stats, so I think when they've conceded first Sheffield Wednesday, you go all the way back to 36 games that they haven't come on and won from. So
they've scored 5 goals this season in the league, Chris, and only 2 goals in the starting 11 today, and they've just given the ball away trying to play it forward out for a goal kick.
Well, it's decision making, isn't it? I think at the minute they're a little bit shell shocked, but this is where the likes of Barry Bannon's so important. He's barking orders, he's getting on the ball, he's trying to kind of dictate the tempo of the game, and this is what you're looking at. I like George Byers. Very, very good player. He's got that experience now, but you have to be commanding, go out there and lead by example.
Sheffield Wednesday have it at the back. They trail by 2-0 if you've just joined us. Dan Ballard with a power header from a corner inside 5 minutes, and Jack Clark with a wonderful goal. Played in from halfway, drove towards the area, moved it off his left foot onto his right and drilled it past the helpless Vasquez into the bottom corner. And Sunderland have a 2-goal advantage here, and they've been scoring plenty of goals this season. Certainly on their travels, had a couple of recent 3-1 wins, and they lead by 2-0 here as the ball now works its way forward, and here comes the break again. Ball pokes out wide here to Trey Hume. Hume will advance forward, gets the ball off Dan Neal. Here's Patrick Roberts midway inside the Wednesday half, goes past one but showed too much of it, and that was a nice sliding challenge in the end from John Buckley to win it back for Wednesday, who will now look for the big crossfield switch, and that's not a bad ball actually, out onto their right hand side, still inside their own half. They'll have to go back to build again here, and they need a little bit of movement. Sunderland are pressing high. Burstow's going to close down Vasquez, who doesn't give the best ball over on the far side there to his centre half Diaby, and Diaby actually does quite well, and in the end Sunderland concede a throw in midway inside the Sheffield Wednesday half. 2-0, we've had 15 minutes gone on Talksport.
Well, again, Vasquez, I think his positioning is excellent, but the ball that's coming back to him, just keep it on the floor, give it to Diaby, fire it into his feet. He's just little dinked it, the little pitching wedge came out and just slows the pass down. It puts Diaby under pressure, with the likes of Bristol going and trying to kind of intercept that there, but just, I need more from the goalkeeper. That's where it starts, Mark.
Yeah, now they've taken a throw in and Byers couldn't control it back to the thrower, and it's out for a throw in to Sunderland. Lead by 2-0 here. Ballard and Clark with the goals. What a start, what a weekend we've got for you as well. The Ryder Cup, of course, continues live on Talksport 2 tomorrow. What a day it's been for Europe. Dominating, unbeaten today, 6.5, 1.5. They lead the USA. That'll be back underway tomorrow morning, around about 7 o'clock. And then on Talksport, bumper day of football tomorrow as well. Part of Game Day Live. Villa Brighton is live and exclusive on Talksport at 12:30. We've also got 12:30 live on the app, Southampton Leeds. So if you've not got the Talksport app, now's a good time to get it. It's free and available in all the usual places. Click on the live sport icon, it'll take you straight to all our commentaries. Just click on the one you want to listen to. It couldn't be any easier. And at 3 o'clock, more live and exclusive commentary on Talksport from the Premier League as Bournemouth take on Arsenal. Adrian Durham with Ian Danter and Perry Groves, the former Arsenal man, for that one. So much live football across the Talksport network. We'll be up to date with all the Women's Super League action on Sunday as well, all part of the Sunday session with Sam Matterface. Got you covered at every angle. What a start it was for the European team today at the golf. Can tell you in the Super League playoff start tonight, Hull Kingston Rovers 0, Lee Leopards 2. Place in the semi-finals. You'll hear the Super League Grand Final live 2 weeks tomorrow on Talksport. Who will be in it? We'll find out over the next couple of weeks. Here's Pritchard going down the right-hand side. He's going to try and keep the ball in, but that's good defending from Diaby, who just watches it out for a goal kick to Sheffield Wednesday. Hillsborough is stunned, Chris, at the moment. Absolutely stunned.
Yeah, they are, but I've got to say, I think players are still making individual errors, allowing Sunderland. They don't need any invitation to be aggressive and get on the ball. Pritchard, for me, I love him as a player. Now, his movement, he's always asking the question, covers a lot of distance, not afraid to kind of run into those flanks as well. But I've got to say, better defending there from Diaby. Go be commanding, go forcing them away from goal, and then your timely challenge as well.
Yeah, can't tell you that New Zealand in Pool A at the Rugby World Cup lead Italy 14 points to 3 in that one. England through, of course, to the latter stages after Samoa beat Japan beat Samoa, didn't they, yesterday? All the thrill of that to come as well, as the ball rather booted high by O'Neill. It wasn't the best pass to Huggins. Actually doing well to make anything of that. But Wednesday win the header, a bit of head tennis. They'll bring it down over on the far side. But Burstow's nicked it away. Burstow left-hand side, driving in. There's nobody in support. Needs to wait for support. It arrives now with Clark. Clark goes past his man. There's only one red and white shirt waiting in the penalty area, so recycled possession. They're going to square it, are they? No, they're looking for the give and go edge of the area, and Wednesday have nicked it back. They actually did quite well to get that back, Wednesday. Got plenty of bodies behind the ball, and now they're looking to counter-attack. They'll work it out to this near side now. Better from them. Firmao has it on this near side. Rolls it into Byers. Byers back to Firmao. And he's now looking for the crossfield switch again. Again, they're going out to that far side. Again, the ball brought down. Good quality control. Looking for the give and go. As Wednesday now move over halfway and looking to work the ball into the feet of Gregory. His pass wasn't the best. Firmao will get it back. And Wednesday can reset themselves here. Now a chance from distance. They're going to try and lay it off here. Buckley's going to have a shot across goal, and Patterson scrambling across his line. And listen to that ironic cheer. Wednesday have had a shot on goal, 19 and a half minutes in. Patterson in the end scrambling across to keep Buckley's effort out.
Well, I thought Masaba was going to take the opportunity on. Good awareness as well. Little fantastic way to pass to Buckley. And he's always getting pressured. You know, defenders chasing him all down. Great touch, opening the goal up. It wasn't the best connection, but like you say, it had Patterson scrambling. Good, strong right-hand save as well to his bottom right-hand corner.
Corner played short by Wednesday down their left-hand side. They're going to pull it back here. Chance for the shot from the edge of the area. It's a curling effort. It was well worth the effort as well, but it was always going slightly wide from Anthony Masaba. But that was a decent hit.
He's done everything right. You know, I think he's driving across the 18-yard line. The goal was up. There's a lot of bodies in front of Patterson. He's just trying to find that top right hand corner, just that side netting, but he got under it too much.
He did. Sunderland have got the ball in their own half, and you can see already, Chris, they're just happy to sit in now, aren't they? They're saying to Wednesday, look, you can have the ball, because if you lose it, we're going to break on you.
Well, that's it. I think they are comfortable. They do play out from the back, but what I will say, it's usually 2 or 3 passes and there's a ball getting whipped across the face of the goal, or there's a shot on goal. They can do this though. They can keep possession, little triangles. Just invite Sheffield Wednesday, just invite them out, and then they capitalise. Whatever holes they leave behind, they've got that quality and that direct pass with quality, then boom, they've got that energy and speed in the team to get up and have numbers and advantage in those attacking areas.
Ball over on the far side. Wednesday trying to press, but Sunderland just passing it round them.
You think about this, you're looking at Sunderland just passing the back four, just keeping possession. Sheffield Wednesday have dropped off them at the minute. I've got to say, I think the defensive line of Sheffield Wednesday, they have to be given that information to the midfield to say, look, we've got to put them under pressure. But there's always that fear. Look how expansive they are. There's actually four Sunderland players in the attack and the defensive line of Sheffield Wednesday, because they know that they're comfortable in the ball. If Sheffield Wednesday overcommit, then they'll just go boom, over the back with quality, deal with that.
Sunderland have got it. Approaching the halfway point first half. You're live and exclusive on Talksport 2 in the Championship. Talksport 2, your home of the EFL. Plenty more live commentaries across the season as now Bellingham skips past Byers over the halfway line. He's looking to work the ball out to Huggins. Huggins now has it. He feeds it to Jack Clark, who's glued to the touchline. Now Clark heads off, heading towards the corner flag, and wins a throw in. And now he takes it quickly. Burstow waits in the middle. Is the cross going to arrive, or are they going to try and work it closer in with Bellingham? 30 yards out. Finds Pritchard. Pritchard now finds Roberts. Roberts, little step. Can he whip the ball in? No, again, he'll feed it. They're trying to work it wide here for Hume. He puts the ball in early, headed away and brought down, and that'll be a foul. O'Nien rather bundled into the back of Wednesday. And that a missed opportunity, and that, again, I mentioned this to you, and we mentioned it in the build-up. Sometimes they try and walk the ball in, don't they? Again, Burstow's waiting for a cross, it doesn't arrive.
Yeah, well, I think that's the argument there, Mark. I think Burstow has to move again. I don't think it's a bad ball from Trey Hume coming in. He beats the first man. If Burstow's on the move, gets across the first centre-back, then he's getting an opportunity at goal there. So it's just about, know your wide players, have that relationship. I think when I played, I always knew my fullback. They knew what I was going to be doing, so it'd be hung up to the back post for me to do everything. I can put it back into the danger area. And I just think Burstow, look at him, he wants the ball. He's so lively. He's having a great night tonight, I have to say. He's seeing a lot of the ball. He's being direct. He's using opportunities. I just want a little bit more movement from him when the ball are in wide areas and good possession, Sunderland.
New Zealand have extended their lead, 21 points to 3. They lead Italy in Pool A. Blistering start for them, going around about a point a minute at the moment. The All Blacks there. Sunderland have got the ball back. Fans complain a lot when they don't play enough attacking players. I'm looking at this Sunderland team, and it is 4-1-4-1. Oh, they're given away by Anthony Patterson. We'll just stick with this a moment, although Sheffield Wednesday slow to react, and O'Nien whips it away. The 4 behind Burstow, they're all 4 attacking players, aren't they? Yeah. It's like they're playing 5 up front, in effect.
Well, I think the way that they rotate and they move, I think that they do have licence. Even Jack Clark, he does come inside on occasion. He likes to be out there so he can see the full pitch in front of him. But yeah, they have licence to go and attack, and the movement, the way that they kind of interact with each other as well. It's great on the eye.
It is. Not the best throwing back to O'Nien, who did well to control it waist high. Gets it back to Anthony Patterson, whose pass led to that little bit of a problem there for Wednesday. We've had 24 minutes. Remind as well, on Monday night, West London derby, Fulham Chelsea. Only place you'll hear it on national radio is on Talksport. Adrian Durham with the gang there, Danny Murphy and Sam Manterface, as Clark again down the left-hand side. Now he cuts back in similar position to where he shot from, but this time he opts to pass it. Ballard is getting forward. Well, he's already got 1 goal. He's getting excited now, the centre-half. Lays it off, though. Here now is Bellingham. Bellingham 25 yards out, little dribble. Rolls it back. Gets it back again. The give and go. Wednesday have given away a free kick. A little bit of a cheap bite round the ankle on Bellingham. Didn't really complain, but gets the free kick and takes it quickly. And Sunderland playing like this is a training ground.
Yeah, they're keeping possession of the ball. I think moving it well. I think Bellingham, it was George Byers, a little bit late. left it on, a little bit naughty. I think the referee was positioned well. Bellingham asked for it, got the free kick as it was. But like you say, this is fantastic. I think Sunderland keeping the ball, keeping possession, but they've got willing runners, like you say, that 4 that's in behind Burstow, making those third man running in behind as well, those late runs, but because they've got quality in the ball that they can see it, but they're just keeping possession of the ball and making it really, really difficult for Sheffield Wednesday to get anywhere near them.
Yeah, ball with Sunderland again, and at the moment you can feel the belief seeping almost through the floor here at Hillsborough. Wednesday have got it on the far side, but they're not showing anything at the moment. They're giving plenty of free kicks away, cheap free kicks as well. Sunderland with 2 goals in the opening 8 minutes. Dan Ballard with a header from a Pritchard corner, and then Jack Clark with a wonderful individual goal, making it 2-0 early on. And since then, really, Sunderland just cruising towards what seems an inevitable win, but there's still a long way to go yet as Bellingham is dispossessed. That was better. What can Wednesday do here? They'll work it out towards this near side, and the ball played in field by Buckley. It's 1 now. Nasaba will get it away. He now gives and goes, races forward, but Wednesday on the halfway line. Now they'll go back, and all the way back to Vasquez, and it was his misplaced pass in the 4th minute that really opened this game up. But Wednesday have got it now. Buckley advances over halfway, cuts in off the left-hand side. Bellingham, an arm across his chest, just tries to halt his progression. Ball now will be worked forward here by Byers, looking for the ball over the top. Decent ball over the top, and they just couldn't get on the end of it. Gregory at full stretch just couldn't quite haul the ball down, and Patterson comes out with it.
Well, that all came from Vasquez. Better ball out into Byers. He turns, he drives forward. It's an excellent ball from Byers for Lee Gregory. He times his run perfectly well, arcs it. He's always got his eye on the ball, but he's stretching. He's giving it everything there. Just can't get that final connection with the ball. But great awareness and delivery from George Byers there.
Still 2-0. It's not what we used to hear at Hillsborough. The crowd normally vibrant. There's so many empty blue seats around us, and the owner said, look, if you're not willing to support the club, then don't bother coming, and they haven't bothered coming tonight. They are protesting, the fans.
Yeah, that stand there, I think big surprise to me, because even through the hardest of times, that is usually full, isn't it, with the support. So there's you want unity through good times, bad times, and yeah, something has to give.
Yeah, there's a ball down below us. Sunderland have it. And welcome along the listeners joining us on Talksport. We're live at Hillsborough tonight, and it's Sheffield Wednesday 0, Sunderland 2. Blistering start for Sunderland, who were gifted a free kick edge of the box. That was deflected behind. Pritchard whipped it in. Ballard's power header made Sunderland in front inside 5 minutes. And then Jack Clark, the man of the moment, just 3 minutes later, picked the ball up on halfway, drove forward, cut the ball onto his right foot, and unleashed an unstoppable 25-yard shot that gave Vasquez no chance. Sheffield Wednesday, a team in turmoil on and off the field. And Chris Uwelamo, Sunderland leading by 2-0 and strolling at the moment towards victory with 29 on the clock.
Yeah, really, really comfortable. You know what you're going to get with the Sunderland side. They've came here, they've dominated the game with possession. They've created opportunities, scored 2 early goals. But then again, I think at the moment in time, really, really frustrating Sheffield Wednesday. Just keeping possession of the ball. When Sheffield Wednesday go to press, then that's when they've got the quality and the expansive in the side to go forward with quality in numbers and with pace as well.
And just a word on the finish from Jack Clark.
Wow, it's excellent. Great touch, and then he's got 2 players to beat. He gets at them, takes it round 22 yards from goal essentially, but he's opened up the goal, finds that bottom right hand corner. Vasquez has no chance whatsoever. Just a man in form, taking opportunity on.
The full game is live and exclusive over on Talksport 2. You can ask your smart speaker, you can listen on DAB, or you can listen on the Talksport app as well. But Sheffield Wednesday stuck to the bottom of the table as there could be a penalty here. There is a penalty while you're with us. It's Bellingham who's got the ball edge of the area. He's turned his man, Chris. He's gone into the area and they certainly had a bite there Wednesday, and it's a penalty for Sunderland. Things could be going from bad to worse here.
Well, it's excellent from Joe Bellingham there. You know, when the ball's been fired across the edge of the 18-yard box, his back's to goal. What he does is just kind of he drags the ball with his back foot, and Diaby just puts a hand on him and just gives him a little tug there. He's in the box. You can't do it. The referee is up to speed, and it is a penalty kick. He feels the hand. He goes to ground, but it definitely was a penalty.
Well, it's Jack Clark who's got the ball on the spot. He's already beaten Vasquez from 25 yards. Now he's 12 yards out. Half an hour on the clock here. There'll be some reaction from the home fans if this goes in. Can Vasquez keep Wednesday in the game? Jack Clark comes forward and sticks it in the bottom corner again. And the boos ring around Hillsborough, in trouble on and off the field. Sunderland cruising to victory here. Half an hour gone. Sheffield Wednesday 0, Sunderland 3.
Well, it's an excellent penalty. You know, he steps up straight away. You know, he puts the ball down, confident, walks up to it, into the bottom right-hand corner. You know, it just shows you he's composed. He's the man of the moment at the minute, playing with a lot of confidence, but he's doing everything right. You're saying that he doesn't shoot enough. Well, he's sitting with 2 goals tonight. He's creative, creates opportunities for others, but he's been absolutely clinical this evening.
3-0. And there are a lot of people, I'm going to say they're going for a drink, but I think some of them are going home, Chris. I think some of the Wednesday fans have had enough already.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me. You know, I think there's a lot of negativity around the club at the minute, from top to bottom, and it's disappointing. You know, as a fan that love their club, you know, you want to support the players, you know, and be there for them. But you know, in this situation, it's been very, very difficult.
3-0. Ball over the top, trying to get on the end of it is Musaba, but he's been to it by Patterson. Well, the way things are going, Chris, we had a chairman's statement this morning. There might be another one coming soon, because this will be 10 without a win in the league. Francisco Munoz is in trouble, isn't he, here?
Yeah, he is. You know, I think you're looking at the side, they've not done themselves any favours tonight. Individual error, again, it's invited Sunderland into the game, created the opportunities for them. But then you still have to go and defend. You know, the Ballard header from the corner was excellent, but if you're marking zonal, there's an issue there. There's an issue. You've got to be creative. They have been a threat in the attacking third, but that pass just hasn't been on the money.
3-0. Well, we saw Sunderland put 5 past Southampton. Well, we heard it on Talksport too. And the way they're going here, they might be in a mood to go one better, because they are flying. 3-0. And it sounds as though we're being disrespectful to Sheffield Wednesday. Chris, for me, Sunderland haven't got out of second gear yet.
They haven't. You're looking at Pritchard there. I'm just, with his back to play, you know, he just hooks the ball and tries to find Clark on the big switch, because they just know where he's going to be.
Yeah.
You know, it's the plan. Invite the opposition in, and then as soon as you can go either out to Roberts on the right hand side or to Jack Clark.
It's interesting watching Clark, isn't it? As you said, when they're deep in their own half, as Wednesday have actually won it back here, a chance for them with Buckley. Can he find a forward ball to Gregory? He does, but O'Nien just outpowers him.
Outstanding.
That's just a simple will. He wanted the ball more, and it is played forward, goes up for a throw-in. It's interesting, when Sunderland are deep in their own half, Clark will just drift in. He'll stand on halfway, waiting for that ball over the top. When they move towards halfway, he's glued to that left touchline, isn't he?
It's perfect, but he knows what his strengths are. You know, I think even against 2, he's put the ball in the back of the net there. So he knows, and he understands his team. I think all his players know that he wants the ball. He's always an outlet. And when you have to tuck in, he has that intelligence as well that he does. But when they're driving forward in numbers, stay away from it. You see the full pitch in front of you, and when he gets it, when he's hugging the touchline, boom, he's so direct when he gets it, like now.
And here he has got it again on the far side. He's bundled over, but he's still got the pass away. Now Pritchard's got it down the left-hand side. Burstow waits in the middle. Cross-shouldered in, just behind Burstow. He got a shot on it, didn't connect. It hits a Wednesday defender, and it goes behind for a corner kick. I think the one thing, if you said to Tony Mowbray, what do you want now of the rest of this game? He'd say, I want a goal for Mason Burstow, and that'll really kick-start my centre forward.
Well, I thought it was excellent movement from Burstow there. Good work with Jack Clark. Pritchard gets the ball down the left channel, and he straight away, I'm thinking is don't cut back. You've got players in the box. I think Joe Bellingham was just behind Burstow as well. he had a lot to do, but I still think with the quality of Burstow, wrap your foot around that, just try and get a better connection and steer it goalwards there.
Ball going to be whipped in. They scored from a corner inside the opening 5 minutes. Here's another corner, same delivery. Keeper this time comes and he gets 2 good hands on it, in fairness. But Sunderland are going to try and recycle the ball, and Wednesday just happy to lump it forward. That was the Rugby Union World Cup's on. That was a kick downfield to try and win a line out, Chris. Wednesday, they're on the ropes. Every time the ball goes in their area, you think Sunderland are going to score.
Yeah, I've just looked at that corner there, Mark, as well. They're going half and half, so there's about 4 or 5 players that are in a zonal, and then the rest are going to mark. But Dan Ballard's getting away from his marker, and then he's going into a zonal defensive area. He's on the run. If that ball's hung up, he's got an advantage over all 5 of those players marking zonally.
Here now is a ball over the top, trying to get in down that far side over there was Huggins. He was just beaten to it, but it's going to be a throw-in for Sunderland. We've got 9 minutes left in the first half. You're live on Talksport 2. Mark Wilson with the former Scotland striker Chris Owellamo. Tell you what, you'd have fancied playing in this team, Chris, wouldn't you? Sunderland?
Just with the delivery, I think it's one of them. I wasn't one for, keeping possession, but with how direct they are, as in 3-4 passes crossing the box, 3-4 passes short at goal. Oh, I loved it.
Sheffield Wednesday at the moment, it seems the harder they try, the worse they get. They've just tried to play their way out in their right back position, and they've just given away another throw-in that's taken quickly. Everybody, barring Patterson, inside the Wednesday half.
Well, you look at Lee Gregory, he's isolated at the minute. So when you do get the ball and the ball does go up, O'Nien's just winning that battle every time.
The movement, Pritchard finds Clark level with the edge of the area, tries to cut back in. Better defending, but the skill gets him out of trouble. He's gone past one, he's waiting for support to arrive. He'll use that support now. It's Huggins, he'll get it to Pritchard, bursts on Bellingham in the area. Pritchard looking, waits, edge of the box, patient, gets it back wide to Clark. Clark has it, level with the edge of the area. He'll work it back now, and here's Luke O'Nien. He gets it to Trey Hume, back to O'Nien. Wednesday now rush out, trying to get bodies forward. O'Nien will play it to Ballard, who might have to go back, but Sunderland under no real pressure, just keeping possession here. And it's like watching a training exercise at the moment. Sheffield Wednesday just cannot get any meaningful ball.
Yeah, you're spot on. There, I think there was an opportunity that O'Nien can go forward with it, but why? You're sitting, you're 3-0 up. Really frustrate. Wednesday dragged them out again. Look how expansive they are. You're looking at it, Bellingham. You're looking at Clark. They're just keeping it so expansive, so difficult to mark.
And even then, Patterson's just played a lofted pass forward. Burstow's taking it on his chest, no one near him, and he's laid it off. And Sunderland have just passed their way from goalkeeper up towards the halfway line.
Well, you said yourself before a ball was kicked this evening about Burstow. He's doing everything else right, but he just needs to get the goal, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. The ball now played forward. Although you almost wonder with this with this Sunderland team, Chris, that they're almost playing with a false number. They don't need a number 9, do they? The way that they're playing.
Yeah, I think that's down to, look at the injuries that were thrown at Sunderland last season. And young players were getting promoted into the first team and delivering. Ever present. You say quality and depth. The youngest starting 11 in the championship. There's no fear. You've got to give Tony Mowbray so much credit, but the players are taking responsibility and showcasing what they're all about.
Yeah. More live golf tomorrow. Ryder Cup action here on Talksport 2. There's the ball now played forward. Burstow, that's a great first touch. Can he now go past? He's 25 yards out. He's going to have a shot for goal, and it's straight at Vasquez. But he created the opportunity himself, and he pulled the trigger.
He should have pulled it earlier. It's a great first touch. Vasquez is about 14 yards from goal. I'm thinking we don't have any screens here, but a little dink with the outside of the right. He's putting the goalkeeper in all sorts of situations there. But again, great little touch. He got his shot away in the end anyway. But much better from the young lad.
Interesting passage of play here. There were a few boos, you'll have heard them then. It was Vasquez trying to play the ball out to Patterson. It was cut out by Sunderland, but they won it straight back. But the boos, when that pass didn't find its target, were clear for all to hear now. As now there's a driving run forward. That's better. What can Patterson do now? 10 yards away from the corner flag. Whips it onto his right foot. Cross is blocked by Trey Hume, and it's out for a throw-in.
Well, I think they're doing everything at the minute there as well. Callum Patterson couldn't quite get the cross in straight away. You hear the fans booing. I think when players are touching the ball now as well, it's not what you want to kind of hear. I think when you're a Sheffield Wednesday player, you have to be big enough and brave enough to still get on the ball.
Well, here's Byers, gets it to Masaba, just showed too much of it. I think he's the one shining light at the minute for Wednesday. He's always looking to be positive, but they're just not getting him enough ball, and now Clark's got it. He's on a hat-trick. 2 goals inside the opening half an hour for Jack Clark. 7 for the season, a man at the peak of his form. And now the ball is worked back to him again here.
What was the William Hill was 3+ goals and Jack Clark to score was it was 12-1. What a shout that was, eh?
Yeah. Hopefully you put a bit on. Oh no, never mind.
I don't gamble, Mark.
There will be people at home that will have got involved with that.
Definitely.
And well, it's going to take something pretty extraordinary for it not to land now. Sunderland lead by 3 if you've just tuned in. Dan Ballard with a header inside 5 minutes. Jack Clark with a wonderful solo goal. 25-yard drilled shot into the bottom corner on 8 minutes. And then Clark, after Bellingham was brought down in the penalty area, Clark stepped up and sent the keeper the wrong way. I think he found the same bit of net he found for that 25-yard shot as well. 3-0 and Sunderland cruising here. And they'll pass the ball again out wide. Huggins on that left-hand side gets it back. Dan Neal's looking for the ball over the top, but Burstow just has his run checked, and it's all the way through to Vasquez, who has it all in green. He'll bring it back to the centre of his penalty area. And now he'll bring it. There's no urgency, is there? You can feel the frustration in the ground as he just pumps it long and downfield. Gregory does well to get a header on it, but there are 2 Sunderland players clearing up. And now Patterson will just play the ball out to Ballard.
See, I think Vasquez, at the minute with the scoreline, he has to go direct. I'd move Patterson closer to Gregory. And just as a 2, you just go direct to Patterson all the time and try and pick up second balls in the right area. But at the minute, every time Sunderland get it, they're just so patient with it. They move the ball, they keep possession, they force Sheffield Wednesday out of possession, and then they go forward with pace and quality.
Free kick as Clark is brought down. 3 minutes to go, first half, live on Talksport 2. Remember, Game Day live tomorrow. Villa Brighton live and exclusive, 12:30 on the app, exclusive. Southampton leads in the Championship. As now the ball fed in here, Burstow, nice touch, takes him past one. In fact, it's Bellingham. Bellingham now, edge of the area, is looking for Burstow in the area, pokes it down the line for Roberts. Roberts just has to wait. Now he's going to turn his man, turns him again, looking to work it onto his left foot, gets it back to Joe Bellingham. And Bellingham instead will just go back to O'Nien, and Sunderland again will play keep ball. In fact, O'Nien with a misplaced pass. Sunderland will just retreat back inside their own half. We've got a huge game in the Premier League, live and exclusive on Talksport 2 on Tuesday night. Luton against Burnley. That is live from 7 on Talksport 2. Ball over the top. As now they'll work it down by the corner flag. Sunderland miscontrol, and it goes behind for a goal kick. Well, Jack Clark, the man of the moment. But there's a player down injured over on the far side. And is it Huggins who's down? I can't quite get the old binoculars out. No, it's Burstow, isn't it, who's gone down? See what happened there. He's hobbling back into position now, but this has been an unreal first half. I've mentioned it. I've been lucky enough to watch this Sunderland team, a few times this year already. You know when you come and watch them, they're going to attack. They're going to keep attacking, whatever the score is, and they'll keep attacking today. If there's more goals to be had, they will have them.
This is the third time, only the third time this season that Sunderland have scored first. It's crazy when you think about how attacking they are. So again, you've got to set your traps, because even when they concede that first goal, they don't change. They have complete belief that they're going to create chances and score goals, and they just go about business the exact same way.
Here's Bellingham, gets it back to O'Nien. He's got a big patch. The pitch looks beautiful, and O'Nien's got a huge patch of mud on his back, covering his number. He's got it now on the edge of his own area. He'll play it out to Trey Hume. Hume will come forward again. Burstow is looking for the early ball over the top. They have gone to him long a couple of times. O'Nien won't welcome that pass from Trey Hume, but O'Nien does well to get himself out of trouble and finds Dan Ballard, and Ballard will bring it forward. I think any Sheffield Wednesday fan in the ground tonight will be hoping there's no added on time at the end of this first half, as Clark picks the ball up centre field, and Burstow was a little bit on heels there, and the ball will be cleared away from him. And the ball now goes down the Sheffield Wednesday right. They've given it away on the halfway line. Wednesday now have to retreat back. Ball over on the far side. It's played in now to the run. Neil, can he pull it back? Looking to drill across goal. It hits the Wednesday defender and it goes out for a corner kick to Sunderland. And this could be a goal here. Would be the nail in the coffin. I think we see Hillsborough half empty at half time.
Yeah, it's great quality again from Sunderland, driving in the back, and then all of a sudden you're looking at Roberts trying to get across the face of his man, Busto trying to do the exact same.
3 added on minutes at the end of the half, so time here for Sunderland, who scored from a corner inside the opening few minutes. There's a line of 4 red and white shirts from the penalty spot to the edge of the area. Ballard is at the back of it with O'Nien. They're wondering, they're plotting who's going to go where. The ball goes towards the far post where Ballard will head it towards goal, and it's just gone the wrong side of the post. Vasquez was nowhere. I think if that's on target, it goes in.
Yeah, look at George Biles is having a proper go there, because you can't let Dan Ballard, you have to mark your men. Basically, as soon as the corner's taken, because there's 4 Sheffield Wednesday players marking zonal, the 3 of the 4 that are marking then just watch the ball and try and go and attack it. But it was a deep one to the back area, and Dan Ballard had a completely free header. I think he made the wrong decision. He's tried to go for goal. I think you've just got to put it back into the danger area where you've got a few Sunderland shots there.
I think if that is on target, and again Vasquez has kicked the ball out and the boos ring around. This time Patterson, in fairness, gives him the thumbs up. I think he knows the crowd are getting on his goalkeeper now, and he's frustrated he's not getting the ball, but I think he's done the right thing there, hadn't he? Because he showed earlier when he hoofed it out of the field. That time he was a little bit more diplomatic for his teammate.
Well, I don't like it. If I'm Vasquez, I'm having a few words with Patterson in the half time. There's already pressure, there's already negative. You don't want players making it. No, it's one of those things. You're in it together, you win together, you lose together. And I think it's a bit of a cop-out, a bit of a deflection by acting like that. You know, I think there will be words said by the manager and certain leaders in the group.
Here's Patrick Roberts. Great first touch. Ball was volleyed to him now. Cuts in. Is he going to unleash a shot? He is, but he couldn't quite curl it towards goal. And it goes behind for a goal kick. But what about that for a first touch? The ball dropping down. Not only did he control it, Chris, he beat his man in one touch.
Yeah, it was fantastic. He knows exactly what he's going to do with it. Got round the outside of his man, got onto the end of the ball, and I've got to say the look that Pritchard gave him for taking the shot on just was, yeah, come on. Yeah, the touch was that good, but don't get ahead of yourself there. You know, and I think it was the wrong option. He had three different options there when he was driving forward, even if it's just bouncing off Pritchard to get it back again there. But again, I think he got a little bit excited with how good that touch was.
Yeah, New Zealand lead Italy in Pool A 42 points to 3. I can tell the Hulkinson Rovers lead Lee in the knockout playoff game in the Super League. 14-2 it is at the break. Here, Sunderland leading by 3. We're in a 3 minutes added on time here, last few seconds of this first half. I think we're going to hear a lot of boos at half time, because Sheffield Wednesday, well, they dominated the opening 2 minutes, Chris, and from the moment that Vasquez gave away that free kick on the edge of his penalty area, and listen to that tells the story. I think they've been pretty reasonable, the Sheffield Wednesday fans, in that first half. Dan Ballard with a header after Vasquez gave away his poor pass led to a free kick, edge of the area. Pritchard shot deflected over. Pritchard whipped in the corner. Dan Ballard inside the 6-yard box, planted his header past Vasquez for 1-0. And it got worse 3 minutes later. Ball to Clark on halfway, drove forward, cut the ball on his right foot, and from 25 yards out he unleashed an unstoppable shot into the bottom corner to make it 2-0. And then it was Clark, after Bellingham was brought down just after half an hour. Bellingham down in the area, upset Clark, sent the keeper the wrong way, and things are going the wrong way for Sheffield Wednesday here. They're in big trouble on and off the field. At the break, it's a very, very disappointed home section here. It's Sheffield Wednesday 0, Sunderland 3.
Well, we had a feeling tonight would be an eventful night at Hillsborough, and it certainly has been. Many of those Owls fans that are in the ground at 8 p.m. are now listening at home right now. We've had jeers, we've had boos from the home supporters that remain. We've had olays from the Sunderland fans. Sheffield Wednesday haven't won in their last 36 championship matches after conceding first going back to 2019. And they're not going to win this evening either, to be perfectly honest. A 3-goal deficit at the break. Chris, it began with Vasquez, the Sheffield Wednesday goalkeeper, early on, just 5 minutes on the clock. He's had a difficult first half in all. but it was a short pass into Byers. Bellingham was on top of him immediately, and that foul led to the free kick that led to the corner that saw Dan Ballard power home on what was essentially the first attack from Sunderland in the game. They had a bright start, Sheffield Wednesday.
Yeah.
It lasted about 3 minutes.
Yeah, it did. And I think it's, as a goalkeeper, you got to make certain decisions there. Can he just put his foot through it and put it back into their own attacking third? Make sure Gregory kind of holds it up. It's a poor ball into Byers, and straight away you've then got to defend the free kick, go and defend the corner. I'm not having the marking from corner kicks. I know that you're sitting there in the studio and you're watching it, but it's got to be better. They're going half and half, zonal. That's when you got to make decisions. You've got to make sure that you stick with your men. As soon as Ballard gets away from his marker, he's running into a zonal defence that, you know what, he's so aggressive and he attacks it so well. It's an excellent header, but they can defend it. They can. Go and put your head in the ball. Be brave enough. I just don't understand it.
Chris, there's zonal and then there's zonal. That was like real life people against Sabutio figurines. It was ridiculous. Dan Ballard almost made it 4 there just before half time. But if you just blur your vision slightly, all you're seeing is the red movement and the blue static. That's not good enough to defend a set piece with.
No, it's not. And it's like that all over the pitch. I think Sunderland are in complete control. I think Mark's alluded to it a couple of times, saying it's like a training exercise. They are enjoying the game of football. I've been in that situation a few times, not many, I have to say, because it's so competitive. But Sunderland are on the front foot. They're slowing it down, speeding it up whenever they want. They're moving it about. They've always got 3-4 options. All the players are brave enough to go on the ball. The movement without the ball has been excellent, but then it's opportunities. As soon as when they go forward with pace, with quality, there's an opportunity at goal. And like you say, they've got 3. Talk to me about the Joe Bellingham turn at the edge of the box.
Oh, beautiful.
By the way, it's an excellent. I think it's Roberts that's fired it into him, and his back's to goal. Now the defender can't really do much there. As soon as he gets on the wrong side, you cannot touch him. He's in the box. The referee was well positioned, and it's a definite penalty kick, but it's just great quality. And they've got that front 5. They use the ball, they move, the movement is excellent, and everyone knows what the other player is doing with and without the ball. It's Tony Mowbray has to be given so much credit, and the players too, by going out and expressing themselves game in, game out, no matter what the scenario is in the game.
Yeah, it was a lovely turn by Joe Bellingham. The little tug came in from Bambo Diaby. I've got to say, Bellingham went down easily, but there was no need for a second invitation there because there was a clear tug. Jack Clarke converting the penalty for his 7th championship goal of the season, now top scorer on his own right in the division. There were 31 minutes on the clock at that point in time, with them trailing by 3. He slots home that penalty with ease. I've got to say, his first goal on 7 minutes was also with ease. It was a brilliant goal. It showed everything: his dribbling ability, the speed with which he can move the ball, the confidence with which he's playing at the moment. But he did it against a group of players whose confidence is on the floor. Wonderful, wonderful goal. But there is so much that Sheffield Wednesday could do to prevent that. No,
definitely. I think it's a big switch of play. As soon as Jack Clarke, he takes it out there, he breaks his stride, so he has to stop it, allows the defensive unit of Sheffield Wednesday to get back. So I'm sitting thinking, look, the opportunity's gone. But what you've just said there, he's so direct, how he manipulates the ball. He knew before he even took the touch, this is going to end with me getting a shot at goal. But how easy it was for him to kind of drive in centrally. Still a lot of work to do, Hugh. And I have to say, to find the bottom corner the way that he did, excellent finish, but defensively too easy. If anything, just take him down.
It reminded me of a basketball player. When you see them warming up before a game and they're doing a movement and they repeat the same movement over and over again. They turn and they shoot. It felt like Jack Clarke had done that a million times. In fact, he could do it in his sleep.
Yeah, and that's the form that he's in. Confidence is a fantastic thing, especially when you're getting judged on how creative you are scoring goals, and at the minute he is the man of the moment.
Absolutely fantastic for him, scoring a double. And Sunderland, going exactly where Tony Mowbray wants them to 4th in the table. If things stay the same and barring something miraculous, it will be a 3 points for Sunderland this evening, bouncing back from defeat last time out. But for a Sheffield Wednesday side, Chris, who should be fighting, battling for every inch, regardless of their form, they're like a boxer who is pinned in the corner, hands up, but they haven't actually thrown a punch. In fact, they haven't laid a glove. And that is way below the standard that is required from Sheffield Wednesday, from any team in this division. It's meek at best. I'm being respectful by saying that. What is it about Sheffield Wednesday that has brought them into a game like this at home in front of their own fans, needing to show them something after the day that they've had with all the events going on off the field? Why so meek? How so meek?
Well, I think it's easy for players to kind of make excuses. I think the whole situation with the club at the minute, the negative atmosphere, the players have to be above that. They have to create their own luck. They have to go out and fight for everything. Show the fans exactly what and why they support this football club. And at the minute, I think the players aren't really kind of buying into it themselves. If they believe that or not, I think Xisco's under a lot of pressure. The way that he sets them up. There's been 3 shots on target in the last 3.5 games. It's nowhere near good enough, Hugh. Especially with the players that they've got. And this is without Barry Bannon tonight, but they've been nowhere near. And I'm just talking about front foot, competitive, challenging, just doing the basics well. They started really well, frantic, and then they were the team that got the foot on the ball and started moving it. But then individual errors are costly. It's championship. You make mistakes, you're going to get punished for them more often than not. So it's very interesting. This half-time team talk, Xisco, you just have to go out and win the second half.
It's crisis point for Xisco Munoz. At this point, his team needs to go out and just show some pride to the fans that remain inside Hillsborough. I mean, I don't know what Dave Fonchansiri will be thinking about Xisco Munoz's future, but at this point in time, if Sunderland perform how they performed in that first 45 minutes, it can go from very bad to worse very quickly for Munoz.
No, 100%. It's just basically that simple. The players will be saying it to themselves, right? You know what? Let's just go out and we score the next goal. We go out and we win the second half and just see where that leaves us at the end of the game. But this Sunderland side, you know what you're going to get? You're going to get energy. They can make changes, bring on even more legs in the team. It's going to be very, very interesting. But with how creative Sheffield Wednesday have been, I just cannot see it, but you just never know,
Yeah, we will see what happens after the break. Chris, thank you very much. We'll be back with Chris Uwalumo and Mark Wilson very, very shortly on what is turning into a very chastening evening for Sheffield Wednesday. The same is true at the Rugby World Cup for Italy. At the break, they trail New Zealand by 49 points to 3. The All Blacks securing that bonus point inside 23 minutes. In Super League, at the break, Hull KR 14, Lee Leopards 2 in their elimination playoff. That's, remember, a repeat of the Challenge Cup final, which Lee won by a single point. Leopards needing a big second at 40 minutes in that one. But at the moment, with us here on Talksport 2, it's looking like another game without a wins incoming for Sheffield Wednesday after a simply dire first half. They've angered their fans with their actions on and off the field so far today. Let's see if they can do something in the second half. At the break on Talksport 2, it is Sheffield Wednesday 0, Sunderland 3.
Talksport 2, official broadcast partner of the Premier League and the English Football League. Talksport 2 is your dynamic destination for all the latest sporting action, featuring live commentary of all the biggest events, including football, PGA golf, horse racing, Premiership rugby, cricket, boxing, and all the big-hitting drama of the NFL. Touchdown! Plus, Talksport 2's official betting partner, William Hill, is always on hand with the insight and in-depth analysis you need. Talksport 2 with official betting partner, William Hill. Get epic value all season with William Hill. 18 plus, begambleaware.org.
After the longest day, it's time for the night out that you'd totally forgotten about. Yay! So let the new mood-boosting fragrance of Radox refreshing eucalyptus and citrus scent shower gel revive you. Now get out there whilst fully intending to be back in bed by 10. Feel refreshed with Radox.
Whoa, Dave, you still driving around in that old thing?
Tell me about it.
You want to get yourself down to Howden's, mate. They're giving us another chance to win a van from now until the 28th of October.
No way. Really?
Yeah, a brand new Ford Transit. Just spend 300 quid in one order, including a Lamona appliance, to be in with a chance of winning.
That's brilliant. I need a Howden's kitchen for my next job.
And a new van. Visit your local Howden's depot now. Excludes VAT at 20%. T's and C's apply.
Finally on our city break. What should we do?
Coffee?
Yeah, go on.
Bus tour?
Yes.
Museum?
Yeah.
Lunch?
Yes.
Historic ruins?
Yes.
Theatre show?
Yeah, all right.
Cocktail?
Yeah.
Comedy club?
Oh, yeah.
Ice cream?
Yes.
Fancy a city break where you can say yes more?
Better get a travel lodge. Find great value city centre rooms at travellodge.co.uk.
Talksport Podcast League. Outspoken. The best of White and Jordan.
White versus Jordan. Now with added time.
Simon and I have a different sort of opinion on this, as we do on various things.
When the mics go live, the gloves come off.
That wasn't a proper fight. That was a tune-up.
Oh, no. Come on. Opinionated debate as combat sport.
And most of these teams have underachieved.
Outspoken.
Listen or download for free on the Talksport app.
My goodness, who could argue?
On your phone, on your smart speaker,
or from your favourite podcast portal.
Game day. The goals are calling. Tomorrow.
Exclusive kick-by-kick commentary of Aston Villa versus Brighton.
Coverage from 11, kick-off 12:30.
On Talksport. Game day. The best spine-tingling commentary.
EFL Game Day Live.
On Talksport 2.
So goals from Dan Ballard and a double from Jack Clark means Sunderland lead 3-0 at the break at Hillsborough. We'll be back there for the second half on Talksport 2 very shortly. Before we get there, though, a story I wanted to tell you about. Female footballers up to 6 times more likely to injure their ACL, their knee ligament, than men. During the Women's World Cup, there were enough players out with injury they could form their own squad. But why are they more likely to be affected? Well, Talksport's Charlotte Fisher has been looking into it.
This weekend, the WSL season returns. But again, the women's game has been plagued with ACL injuries. Emma Watson from Man United and Caroline Weir from Real Madrid both ruptured their ACL while on international duty for Scotland this week. Beth Mead, Leah Williams and Vivian Miedemar, they've all been affected too this year. So why is it happening? Well, the WSL and Premier League's top knee surgeon, Dr. Andy Williams, who's treated Virgil van Dijk, Chloe Kelly and Talksport's very own Darren Bent, has told me it's not just down to the female anatomy.
There's probably a tendency for the female athletes to be less well conditioned, and unfortunately that's a reflection of disparity between what women get and men get, and they're frequently treated as second-class citizens.
Ex-Villa and current Birmingham City midfielder Remy Allen is also on his patient list. She's done her ACL twice and agrees there's a lack of investment below the top clubs.
In the time that I've been a professional footballer, what is asked of us physically now is insane. Are we matching up our medical departments to what we're actually asking of the players? And I don't think across the women's game we are.
So what's the answer? More investment, especially at grassroots and the lower league clubs. But I got a response from the FA. They told me young girls are supported through pro game academies where medical teams are improving.
And the WSL will be back this Sunday. Talksport will have you covered with the Sunday session. Sam Matterface, Perry Groves alongside Courtney Sweetman-Kirk, keeping you updated with all the action in the Premier League and WSL from 1:30pm. OK, let's head back to Hillsborough for the second half. Work for the home side to do with Sunderland. Look, they are cruising to 4th place in the Championship. Your commentary team, the former Scotland striker Chris Uwalumo and Talksport's Mark Wilson.
Cheers, Hugh. Team's up for the second half. Didn't see any changes down below us, so we are as we were at the end of that first half. And Sunderland in the red and white. They're going to have a shot straight from the kick-off here. It was Pritchard who had it. He just needed to get a bit more on it. Vasquez was just backpedaling for a moment, but I think he realised the shot didn't have the power to get over him. But I think that's what Sunderland are thinking right now. Chris Uwalumo, they can score from anywhere.
Well, I think just Vasquez, put him under as much pressure as you possibly can. I think Pritchard, with the quality that he is, you can see that Vasquez is way off his line, and he's like you say, the confidence in this Sunderland side at the minute is unbelievable. But to take it on, nearly paid off as well, but Vasquez, quick feet, got his hands on it.
Here's the ball over the top, looking to try and get Burstow in, but it's well collected. I'll give you the lineups then. Vasquez is the Sheffield Wednesday goalkeeper. Back three, Bernard Diaby and Famewo, and it's Valentin, Hendrick, Baez and Patterson across the middle with Musaba and Buckley alongside Gregory as the ball goes down the other end of the field, and Patterson will come out and collect it. He's the Sunderland goalkeeper. Back four, Huggins, Ballard, O'Nien and Hume. Dan Neil is holding with Roberts, Bellingham, Pritchard and Clark behind Burstow, who leads the line up top. Minute gone second half. Patterson has it. It's interesting though, Chris, because you made that point when Burst had a chance earlier in the game about Vasquez starting position. Clearly they've noticed it and they've said, right, let's have a look, let's see if we can get in behind. I thought Sunderland were offside here, but they played in down the right. They are onside. Roberts is looking up. He's got Clark at the far post. He might not need him. Goes for goal. It'll fall for Pritchard. I thought Patrick Roberts was offside there, but it must have been a really well-timed run. Ball edge of the area. Can Huggins keep it in? I fear he won't. Oh, did he? No, it's just gone out. Linesman on the far side puts his flag up this time, and it's behind for a goal kick.
Well, I've got to say, Patrick Roberts had two opportunities there. You know, he's got in behind the defensive line, he's in the wide area. Jack Clark's also basically in line with him, but behind the defensive line. He just needs to fire it across. Jack Clark's getting an opportunity. As soon as he doesn't, he then allows the defensive unit to get back. He takes it through two players, and he's just got to set Pritchard at the edge of the box. It's actually in the box to just get a shot away. He goes for the shot himself. Two opportunities there that Roberts has to kind of pass the ball on.
Pritchard has won it again on halfway. Instantly drives forward. Well, Sunderland have taken up where they left off in the first half, and that's constantly attacking, constantly probing. And they've got the ball again inside their own half. They'll bring it forward now down this near side. Huggins is always a willing runner for Clark, who I thought his touch would just let him down there, but managed even then to keep it in the field of play. Bellingham goes back, and it's keep ball again here. They're stunned here, Sheffield Wednesday. This is not what they expected when they got promoted back to the Championship. They thought, not that they'd be challenging top end, but they thought they'd be competitive. At the moment, looks like it's going to be no wins in 10, Chris.
Well, this is, they've had the half-time to have an opportunity to kind of get yourself kind of gathered again, take on the information, but I've not seen any difference whatsoever. Sitting off Sunderland, allowing them to just slow the play down. Go defensive high line, you're 3-0 down, you might as well lose 6-0 or try and get yourself into the game. But I'm expecting the defensive line to be high, push the midfield line on. That in itself will then do the attacking line, and then just go and press in numbers. Don't allow Sunderland to dictate the tempo of the game, slow it down and speed it up whenever they want.
Well, Sunderland have got it now with Roberts on that far right-hand side. Goes past one, he's gone past two, it's too easy. He's breaking into the box now. He's driving in towards goal, and eventually his shot is deflected. Could he have passed to Burstow? Pulled back, looking for the pullback.
I don't think the pass was on. I think Sheffield Wednesday defensively got it, but how easy was it for Roberts in that right hand side there? You know, I think he had two players, Sheffield Wednesday players up against him. Boom, a little bit of pace, quality over those first 3-4 yards he was gone. Then excellent touch across his marker. And then when you're saying that Bustow's cut back, I think there's excellent movement again from Bustow, but I just thought the channel was blocked off with good defending at the end.
Ball going to be swung in. Corner kick. The Sunderland faithful look on who've made the trip down. Here, ball whipped in near post. It's poked away. It'll fall towards the halfway line where it's picked up by Niall Huggins, who decides his best pass is back to his goalkeeper Patterson, and he will have it. Well, I think Anthony Patterson, as it stands, Chris, will be able to put his kit in the bag and it won't need washing for next week, will it?
It's unbelievable, isn't it? It's you just think, yeah, take opportunity, get a shot away. I think it was Masaba, wasn't it, first half that had that chance. He probably should have done better with it. He wasn't really pressured. But you know what? It's like 3 shots in open play in the last, 3.5 games. It's nowhere near good enough.
It's not. And the frustration growing as Jack Clark is bundled over again. On halfway, free kick. Bellingham will retreat into his own half. He will move the ball out wide, and he now will get the ball back again in the centre circle. Now he moves it left to Clark. Huggins again makes a great run down the touchline. Clark ignores him and goes back, and Dan Ballard has it, whose first goal inside 5 minutes really set the Sunderland bandwagon rolling. This result would lift them above Hull back in the 4th, as now the ball could be on over the top. Bursow's made a run, good run as well, and there are plenty of red shirts to pick up the pieces after Wednesday won the header. Here's Huggins now, gets it away, it'll come back to Huggins, who's got Clark with him. Clark level with the edge of the area, just stands waiting for defenders to move in front of him. Goes back to Trey Hume. Now just out muscle there was Joe Bellingham, a little bit too casual on that occasion. and Sheffield Wednesday do win it back. The worrying thing for me, if I'm a Sheffield Wednesday fan, Chris, the Wednesday defender there wins the header from Burstow. There are 3 red and white shirts quickest to the bouncing ball.
But that's part of the game. I think you've got to pick up second balls, and like you say, Sunderland are on the front foot. They're anticipating it. They're there all the time, and that's where Sheffield Wednesday have been nowhere near competitive. Go out there, pick up more second balls. You're seeing a lot more of the ball. But it's Lee Gregory that's dropping back on the back of Joe Bellingham there and regaining possession. That they've got enough bodies in there that he's trying to stretch the pitch. But he knows that he's not seeing a lot of the ball, and they're getting passed round. He's trying to affect the game. But I need to see that reaction from another 8 outfield players.
Can tell you in the Super League elimination playoff, Hull Kingston Rovers 18, Lee Leopards 2 is the latest score. Winner goes through to the semi-finals next weekend. The loser out, season over. You will hear the grand final of the Super League live on Talksport 2 weeks tomorrow, live from Old Trafford. We'll be there. Who will we be looking at? Wigan and Catalan's got the week off. They will be at home in the semi-finals next week. One of them, as it stands, will be playing Hull Kingston Rovers. St Helens play Warrington tomorrow. Ball out with Sheffield Wednesday. Well, that's handball from Patterson. That ball didn't go out. He just punched the ball back, didn't he, there? Out of sheer frustration. He said it had already gone out for a throw-in. I think the linesman has given a throw-in, but that was a little bit silly, wasn't it?
Yeah, again, I think it just shows you the frustration. No, it is a free kick. It's a free kick, so again, what's he doing? I think it's over him, and I think that's what he's so disappointed about, that he's hugging the line, and it's not an easy pass to him, but he's just not seeing a lot of it in the way that he wants to see it, Callum Patterson, but he's got to react better.
Ball now is laid back here. Sunderland have it, and they have it down the left-hand side. Pritchard will come forward now. He will get it into Bellingham. Bellingham now will work its way across to Dan Neal. Neal finds O'Nien. O'Nien then moves it to Roberts. Roberts gets it back over on that far touchline side. Pritchard misplaced his pass, but Neal's still quickest to react, and he keeps the ball alive, and then he continues his run down the right hand side, and it's kicked out of play for a throw-in for Sunderland over on the far side. We've had 8.5 minutes second half, and we've seen absolutely nothing from Sheffield Wednesday.
Nothing at all. Not trying anything, not going direct to Gregory. Patterson, like I said, I think Patterson's got to go up top beside Gregory, go direct, pick up the second ball. But Zisco does not play that way. You're 3-0 down. You've got to try and show something. Get a goal back.
Look at the skill here. Ball whipped in towards the near post. Lovely intricate football from Sunderland. The ball is cleared away and hammered out, and it's taken a nick off a Sunderland player. We're thrown to Sheffield Wednesday just inside their half of the halfway line. 3-0 Sunderland lead here. Jack Clark's double after Dan Ballard put the Black Cats in front. 3-0 they lead. It feels like a matter of how many Sunderland want to win by here.
No, exactly that. I think there, Burstow again showed good movement in the box. It wasn't a bad ball from Trey Hume, but defended well, making sure that they're going getting that first contact.
Here's the chance for Sheffield Wednesday. They have it level with the edge of the area. Can they win it here? They'll work it in towards Gregory, edge of the box. Gregory does well to keep the ball alive. Now they'll work it wide on the left. Can they put across? They do towards the far post, just too deep. They'll keep it in, though, down this near side. Wednesday finally showing a bit of attacking intent as they head forward to the edge of the area. Chance for the shot to come in from the D. They still work it. Now the shot comes in, and it's fired over the top. And again, ironic cheers. And I'm just looking at that cop end, Chris. It was half empty before. It looks a lot emptier now, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It does. I think when you said we've seen the fans walking out, they were definitely going home. It was better from Wednesday there. Masaba finding Patterson. I think he's got to hit the target there. He knows that the ball's going to come to him. He knows that he's got a free path to goal. He's got to work Patterson there. He has to make sure that he hits the target.
And here now is a chance down this near side. It's Burstow has come across, left-hand side of the penalty area. He'll square it to Pritchard. Pritchard tries to feed it through. They were looking for the back heel. Bellingham was trying to set up Burstow, and the back heel just didn't quite come off.
It was excellent play. Burstow's got it. He's out in the wide area. Fires it into Pritchard, but movement again from him. Pritchard, it's an excellent ball to. Here we go.
Nice play here down the Sheffield Wednesday right-hand side. Looking to put the cross in. Arriving late is Patterson. Takes it down, beaten away. It was Callum Patterson with a shot, Anthony Patterson with a save, ball back into the area, and it's headed away, and Sunderland now will look to counter, and Clark advances over the halfway line, gets it out to Pritchard. Pritchard now, if he looks up, it's 3-on-3 in the centre, but Pritchard happy just to keep possession at the moment, wanders his way, now he slides the ball through for Roberts, goes round the keeper, pulls it back, and he's cleared 6 yards out. That was another chance for a fourth goal, and the pass just hooked away. And another big opportunity for Sunderland. What a break that is. Jack Clark obviously gets the ball from the clearance. He's driving. Bernard tries to take him out. The referee plays on. Pritchard, the way to pass with outside of his right boot there was outstanding to Roberts. Roberts was just at too much of a tight angle to kind of cut it in after he'd taken it round Vasquez. But better at the other end, better from Sheffield Wednesday. Much better. Callum Parsons had a lot of time. He's taken it on his chest, and I think he's just kind of took it on the half volley with the laces, and like you say, pulls off a good save from Patterson there. There was a lot of bodies in front of him. I think made the same run. I think someone's got to hang back and try and get the on the end of the Patterson save there, but much better from Wednesday. Italy have added a try, but it's New Zealand 56, Italy 10. Here's Pritchard, squares it to the edge of the area, will lay it back here for Bellingham. Bellingham goes for the curler, and it's just wide. Vasquez was at full stretch, and those Sunderland fans behind the post were up. They thought that was going in. Yeah, we did too. I think Bellingham, fantastic quality again. Pritchard, Bustow, Bellingham, that three. You know, every time they get the ball, there's an understanding there. The relationship is very, very evident. But Bellingham, he's just outside the D, isn't he? And players backed off him. You cannot back off a player. You've got to go and force the error, put him under pressure. And he's just tried to bend it round the defender and catch Vasquez off guard there. It was an excellent chance, but not as accurate as he wanted. Ball out for a throw-in. We've been playing 58 minutes here. It is Sheffield Wednesday 0, Sunderland 3. Mark Wilson with the former Scotland striker Chris Owellamo. He Wozencroft back at base. So we've got another huge day of football tomorrow. Kicks off at 12:30. Premier League and Championship doubleheader live on exclusive on Talksport is Aston Villa against Brighton. Is the 12:30 start. We've got live commentary on the app of Southampton against Leeds. So if you've not got the Talksport app, now would be a good time to get it. Free and available in all the usual places. Get the app. You can swipe left and right between Talksport and Talksport 2. You can catch any podcasts, any shows you may have missed, and you'll catch all our live sport by clicking the live sport icon at the bottom of the screen. As now the ball comes forward with O'Nien, who gets it away and then thinks, hang on, I better get back inside my half. So they'll feed it out to Jack Clark. Clark goes past one. Can he get into the edge of the area? No, eventually outnumbered. Nice turn there from Wednesday as they bring the ball forward down this near side. Need to find a pass though here, and they're going to have a run down the touchline here. This is a great run. Have they got the legs here? It's Musaba again, and he's won a corner. Fair play, 70-yard run, carrying the ball, and he's won a corner. Under a lot of pressure there as well. I thought it was excellent. Great quality shown there as well. Round one side of the player with the ball. You know, fantastic athleticism as well. And I'm just trying to think, I think it was Bellingham that tried to kind of match him all the way and put him under pressure and gave away the corner in the end. But that can be the catalyst. Just kind of lift the fans, lift the players around. It can be a header, a challenge, a run like that, just to try and get something out of this side. I mentioned him in the first half that he was the player for me that looks the most likely. Now there's a corner. Everybody back for Sunderland. All going to be swung in by Buckley towards the 6-yard box. It's headed away. Comes back to Buckley. Gets it 6 yards off the byline. Now he works another good ball into the area. Flick header at the near post, but not enough on it. And it'll roll behind for a goal kick to Sunderland. Still lead by 3-0. An hour gone here. No real signs yet of a Sheffield Wednesday comeback, but so low was the bar in the first half. You'd have to say they've been better second half. Yeah, they have. Again, there, Buckley just getting that yard, putting the ball in. Lee Gregory, I think he's hanging in the air. He's just trying to steer it into that back post area, just get a little touch on it. And I guess he's just never had the accuracy in the header, but much better. And Body's been on the end of it, and the quality coming in as well. Still 3-0 here. Hull Kingston Rovers lead Lee 18-2 in the Super League playoffs. At the World Cup, 56-10 New Zealand lead Italy, and in the Ryder Cup, Europe lead the USA 6.5 to 1.5. Day 2 of the Ryder Cup, live from the Marco Simone Golf and Country Club in Rome. Tomorrow you'll hear it live on Talksport 2 from 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. All the action for that. Don't forget as well, NFL is live on Sunday, as here come Sheffield Wednesday, trying to work it down their left-hand side, but they've won it back. Bellingham gets back, picks up the ball, he loses out to Baez. It's play on now. Ball is now into the feet of Masaba, tries to feed it to Gregory, who just couldn't quite control it. It wasn't the easiest ball to deal with. And Sunderland now looking to try and break out, but that is halted. Sheffield Wednesday showing a little bit more eagerness to win the ball, but Sunderland trying to play it round them. Oh, the pass there, that's a foul. The layoff from Burstow, and that is a foul on Roberts' far side, free kick.
Talk to me about the touch of Burstow though. That's fired into him there, just a little deft touch. Roberts doesn't even have to break stride that he's actually taken out there, but he's really impressed. Really impressed me. Just his movement, his awareness, and then when he gets the ball, he's not afraid to be direct and take players on as well. But like you say, he's a striker. He's going to be judged on goals and goals alone.
He is, but what is this, the third successive away day that Sunderland have banged in 3? If his teammates keep banging them in, that becomes not as important. It's when you lose, like on Sunday, when you lose 1-0 and you've not got a goal.
I know what you mean, but as a striker, you've been very kind to him. As a striker, when you look at it at the end of the game, if it's 46 games played, you look at the games played, where's his goals came from. Doesn't matter if it's penalties, whatever it is, you make sure that you're scoring goals, because you can only go so long doing everything else right.
Well, you can, but it's the 5th game of a long spell, and he's working them out, and they're working him out, and it's a project that's on the run, and it's building. The one thing you do know is that Tony Mowbray is going to look after him.
Yeah, 100%, and what a player he is. But like you say, the first one's always the hardest to get. When he gets it, floodgates are open.
I said it to you when it was 2-0. The one thing Tony Mowbray would have wanted would be a goal for his centre forward, because that then is a springboard for him to move on. Interesting tonight, 3-0 Sunderland lead. It's been a demolition job, really, and I'll say what I said earlier on. I'm still not so sure that Sunderland have got out of second gear, but that's probably been a little bit derogatory of how hard they work when they don't have the ball, and there's always 2 or 3 of them round it trying to win it straight back.
Yeah, that's part and parcel of it. You know, I think there's a real understanding there. The work ethic is excellent. You know, I think positioning-wise, communication, organisation, they're ticking all the boxes, and that's with and without the ball. Without the ball, they're one of the most aggressive to go and get it back, force the error, but they've got that bravery and composure in the way that they play, that when they do in that transition, it's always the right pass, it's always the short pass. Let's slow it down again, let's build again.
Here's O'Nien after a neat bit of Sunderland football inside their own half. Sunderland have got home games with Watford and Middlesbrough to come in the next week. They'll go 4th tonight above Hull City. There's still a big gap between the top 3 who've got a bit of a blanket, haven't they? Those at the top at the moment, but the pack will keep chasing. If we know anything in this division, it'll get tight and tense at some point. 64 gone. You're live on Talksport 2. Mark Wilson, Mr. Wellermon, Hugh Wozencroft with you tonight, bringing you live football from the Championship. Talksport 2, your home of the EFL. And so much to come as, well, Sunderland, are they overplaying there? In the end, they kick it out. I think they wanted a free kick there, but they probably for the first time tonight just guilty of overplaying. And Trey Hume got a kick on his ankle, and the referee was having none of it, said it's a throw-in. There's another couple of Wednesdayites decide enough's enough. They just go past us now. They're wanting to beat the rush, but I don't think there'll be a rush at full time unless you're in the away end. Here come Wednesday. Is there a chance to get one back here? Driven in low. Pritchard will get it, tries to work it forward. He was looking for Burstow, couldn't find him, but Sunderland have won it back again. Midway inside their own half, and then they win a throw-in on the back of it. It just seems that everything they do just works out fine for them. Sunderland.
Yeah, you know what? I think you already alluded to it about how hard they work. You know, you go out there and you make your own luck, but the way that they go out and play, the way that they express themselves, they're not coming and doing anything that you've not seen before. You know what you're going to get with a Sunderland side. They've got an identity there, but they really believe in it. And when they're on form, they can beat anyone in this division. And And there's an expectation there as well, Mark, that they believe that they should be right up there asking questions at that top end.
Well, Robertson Pritchard, their night is done. They can go for a breather with 24 minutes left. On in place comes Adil Ashish and Abdullah Bar, the one change from the weekend. They'll come on and they'll have plenty of pace and threat as well. It was the first time I've seen Adil Ashish in playing at the weekend, and he showed some bright touches as well. And he will come on into the action for Sunderland with 24 left. 3-0 the lead here. So much live sport to come across the weekend. We'll keep up to date with all the goings on in the Rugby Union World Cup as well. As well as the live golf. Oh, they've given it away again here. Now there could be a chance here for Sheffield Wednesday. Ballard eventually puts his foot through it. But I just think the last couple of minutes, Sunderland have taken their eye off it a little bit. They've been overplaying at the back. Clark, though, will drive them forward here. They're trying to get in behind as the strong challenge comes in.
It's a free kick no matter how you want to look at it.
Yeah, looked it to me, but referee said play on, and Burstow's gone down holding the back of his head, so the referee's got to stop play here.
Well, I'm not sure if there was a coming together after Burstow's hit the floor, but it's definitely a shoulder into the centre of the back. Burstow's got to the ball. I think it's Diaby that's came and just put the shoulder in the back. The referee's up with speed there, up with the game. I don't understand how that cannot be given.
Well, the referee's going to give a drop ball here. We're 3/4 of the way through this game. Goals, if you just joined us, Dan Ballard a header on 5 minutes, put Sunderland in front after Pritchard's corner was whipped in. Then Jack Clark, wonderful individual goal, picked it up on halfway, drove forward and powered a shot into the bottom corner past Vasquez, and then he beat Vasquez from the penalty spot to send him the wrong way on half an hour to make it 3-0. Here a free kick given away by Lee Gregory, who just hauled down Luke O'Nien as he was chasing the loose ball. Well, Patterson picked it up, but it's a free kick, and the ball with Sunderland inside their own half.
I think it's important, I think Sheffield Wednesday are definitely showcasing more in this second half, but it's down to Sunderland just taking their foot off the pedal, and I think that's something that Tony Mowbray will drill into them. Look, you twist the sword, really put them to the sword, really go out there and get the fourth goal, the fifth goal. This is what they've got to have, that killer instinct. I know it's 3-0 and it's probably game over, but don't allow any team to get back in the game.
Patterson plays it forward. Bellingham tried to flick it for Clark, and then he wins it back, and now Clark's got it, and Clark's racing away, and he's got support with him. Burstow is one of them. Here now is Clark just dispossessed, and the ball now picked up by Sheffield Wednesday. And you can just see these attacking changes. The likes of Awashish going to have a real impact on this game. He's so quick going forward, and we just saw signs of it there. But it's still 3-0. Wednesday have it back. No Barry Bannon. The club have said he's out with a slight knock. Will he be back at the weekend? I'll certainly hope so. Wednesday, but we'll find out in due course. Not won yet this season, and no signs of that run ending here. 3 goals in arrears. There's another wrestling match. The header won by Wednesday, but the ball picked up, and here is Clark now on the touchline. Clark goes heading off down the touchline. Awashish inside him, gets it. Nice touch from Awashish. Can he now keep the ball away from the Wednesday covering defenders? He's got it level with the edge of the penalty area, left hand side, lovely square pass, finds Dan Neal driving into the box, tries to go past his man. There's plenty of people with him. He'll get it back now for Clark. Left hand side of the penalty area. Huggins again makes an unselfish run. Clark whips the ball in, it's too close to Vasquez, and the keeper comes and collects it.
Yeah, again, they've got numbers going forward, getting into the box. Clark will be disappointed as well. Too close to Vasquez there. I think anything, just take your man on. You can see already by the body language, just they're taking the tempo out of the game. They're not really moving with and without the ball with any pace. They're allowing Sheffield Wednesday to get back into the game, and that's where the likes of the 9 captain has got to be making sure that he's communicating all the time, all over the pitch really. They've got leaders all over the pitch. Pritchard, they have to make sure that they keep this intensity.
Lovely touch from Dan Neal.
Yeah, fantastic.
Saw him go past his man. And now Trey Hume skips down the far side. He's got support wide on the right. He's also got willing runners. Bellingham and Burstow were both playing off the shoulder of the last man, but the ball didn't go over the top. Instead, they'll recycle possession here. New Zealand lead Italy 68 points to 10 at the Rugby Union World Cup in Pool A. And here now is Niall Huggins. He looks for the crossfield switch, trying to get Barr in behind, but the ball cleared away. And it's come out and collected by Devis Vasquez. And Sheffield Wednesday have got the ball. I can't believe, Chris, how flat the atmosphere is here tonight. I know they've never really been in it, but so flat, isn't it, at Hillsborough? We're just not used to this.
No, not at all. You know, I used to love coming here as a player. You knew it was always going to be hostile. And I just think the fans, you know, when you look at it, you know, they love their football club, you know, but they've got to understand that the players need you. The players need them to come here in their numbers and create that hostility, no matter the relationship they've got with the owners, because they don't want it to kind of go down that void and disappear, you know, and there's a real possibility of that happening with the financial situation.
Yeah. If you're just showing us all the chat is about the owner, he said he's not going to put any more money in. Well, the supporters he basically accused the supporters of not supporting the club, didn't he? Here come a couple of changes for Wednesday. Going off from the fields is Paul Valentin, and he's been replaced by Juan Delgado. So Delgado into the action then. And also going off the field, John Buckley, who's going to be replaced by Jenny Gassama, who comes on. So a double change then. Francisco Munoz, just a word about him, Chris. I mean, no winning 10, rooted to the bottom of the table. He's got to be in trouble, hasn't he?
Yeah, big trouble. And, you know, it's with everything that's going on, it's probably the last thing that the owner wants to do is get rid of the manager.
It's just been a big clash of heads here. Two Wednesday defenders and the Sunderland attacker as well have all clashed. It looks like one of the Wednesday players in a bit of trouble here. In fact, Burstow's got up. He seems okay. Physio's not even gone on to check on him. But the two Wednesday players need a bit of treatment. And the referee just allowing the medics to do their job. 16 and a half remaining here. Sheffield Wednesday 0, Sunderland 3, live on Talksport 2. Busy day of sport tomorrow, Chris. Villa, Brighton, Southampton, Leeds, both live on the Talksport network. Southampton going to get a win tomorrow against Leeds?
It's going to be a difficult one. They have to... Well, you know what you're going to get from Southampton. They're going to try and play it from the back, but the way that Leeds go and hunt the ball as well, it's going to be, I think, a difficult afternoon.
It is. Villa Brighton's a decent game as well, isn't it? Both dumped out of the cup in midweek. Both had disappointing first games in Europe.
Yeah, both have got to react, haven't they?
Both had good wins in the Premier League in between. Yeah. So who's going to win tomorrow? I was on the Fools panel earlier on with Danny Kelly. I went for a draw. I think it'd be a draw.
Sitting on the fence.
That's what the fence is there for, Chris.
Yeah, it's poor. Come on.
All right, then what's the score going to be?
I think Villa will pip it tomorrow.
Okay, if it's a draw, I'm going to ring you up tomorrow. Rest assured. I'll be listening on the app. Don't worry about that. And then at 3 o'clock, Bournemouth take on Arsenal, Adrian Durham. And have all the goals as they go in. Don't forget the golf is live tomorrow morning. The Ryder Cup, Europe 6.5, USA 1.5. That's at the Marco Simone Golf and Country Club in Rome. The Ryder Cup action. What a day. Didn't lose a single game today, Europe. They were brilliant from start to finish. Won the opening session 4-0 and then wrapped up 2.5 more points. They're still getting treatment here, the Wednesday play. I'm not sure it is down, so I don't want to speculate at the moment, but it was a sickening when you see 3 players going down having clashed heads, and you know there's a problem. And even on a frustrating night for the Wednesday fans here, they're being patient as their player gets treatment. No one likes to see anybody get injured, and we have got a head injury at the moment. I think Sunderland are about to make more changes here. Tony Mowbray's starting to empty the bench. We are now going to see the withdrawal of Jack Clark. He's going to be replaced by Chris Rigg, the youngster, the exciting teenager who's scored a couple of goals so far this season. And also coming on into the action is Nasari Russin. So more attacking players coming off. Mason Burstow hasn't got his goal tonight. but he'll get a standing ovation. He applauds the Sunderland faithful back. Look, if you're not going to get your goals, the next thing you can do is work your socks off, and he's worked his socks off.
Yeah, he has. He's been really, really good. You know, you look at the movement without the ball. I think he's got that quality touch. He's comfortable. He goes and wins his aerial duels. He links up the play very well. He finds himself in those wide areas as well. I think he's very, very comfortable with ball at feet, that he can be direct and get at his opposing player. You know, I look at it like the way that they're all reacting to him as well. It's good to see.
Yeah, so the youngster will come on, Chris Rigg, who scored in that 5-0 win. What a start to his career he's having, by the way. Young Chris Rigg, the schoolboy, if you like, scored in the League Cup and scored in the league as well. 2 appearances. 1 in the league, 1 in the League Cup, and 2 goals for him. 16 years old.
Yeah, he was training a couple of days off school to come in and train. Had that goal disallowed last season in the Cup against Fulham. Remember that? But
he scored 2 this season.
That's what it's all about, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. The roar when he scored at the Stadium of Light in that game over Southampton was something else.
Brilliant.
Roy of the Rovers stuff. Pleased to say the Wednesday player is up, who looks extremely groggy. Is it? It's Bambo Diaby, isn't it? Yeah, it's Diaby that's been getting the treatment, and he doesn't look too clever, to be honest, so they're going to bring him off. Well, they're going to bring him to the sideline, and now Xisco Munoz he's got some subs ready to roll as well. So we're at that time with 12 left. Diaby will come across to the near side. It's clearly got a bad knock to the head. We hope he will be okay. But the subs are coming on here. Let's see the changes that are going to be made. Lee Gregory's come across to the sideline as well. Is he going to make way? Just waiting the 4th official here. So we've just had a delay, probably about 5 minutes, and the subs have been stood by the side of the 4th official. Now we've got to wait for the 4th official to put the numbers into the board. It's like, could he not have done this prior? I don't know. Ashley Fletcher's one of the subs coming on. He's into the action. Now the numbers haven't worked. Gregory replaced by Fletcher. And also coming off Bambo Diaby, and he is replaced by Liam Palmer. Great servant to this club. And after all that, it'll be a bounce ball. 79 gone, live on Talksport 2. It's still 3-0. I can tell you New Zealand lead Italy by 75 points to 10. Tough old night for the Italians. Ball back with Vasquez. Tough night for the blue and white of Sheffield Wednesday as well, as 09 didn't quite get enough for the clearance. Here go Wednesday, whipping the ball into the area, and it's volleyed away at the near post by Huggins. Picked up though, edge of the area. Wednesday trying to 1-2. Masaba with great skill, cleared away. There's definitely a player there. It's just whether Wednesday at the minute can get him enough ball, because it's not quite happening, is it? Yeah, it was good. Great awareness there from Masaba as well. He just tried to kind of manipulate the ball and just, I've got to say, find Hendrick there. But just good defending in the end. Here now the ball works its way down this near side. And attacking coming forward here as Sunderland again. Ball played back. And it'll go all the way through to the goalkeeper, so nothing came of that in the end. The ball now played out by the goalkeeper. And it's forward looking for Masaba, who he miscontrolled it, but he actually took him away from 09. Now he drives forward at pace, 20 yards out. Can he get a shot away? Oh, he just showed too much of it to 09. I think that criticism is a little bit unfair. The fans were certainly getting stuck into him then. Yeah. I'm not sure he did an awful lot wrong there. No, he never. I think being direct, you're thinking, can you release it? But again, just try and create that yard, get the shot away. Too many touches, I felt. Yeah, possibly. As the ball works its way down this near side, there's a coming together there between Niall Huggins and the referee gives a free kick down below us here. That was Gassama that was brought down, and he hobbles away from the challenge. Just short of 26,000 here tonight, 25,987. A heck of a lot of blue seats around us now, Chris. Be nearer the 987 than the 25,987, I think. Although the Sunderland fans are still here, there must be 3,000 of them as well. Great support on a Friday night. Are they going to go home with a clean sheet? They lead by 3-0. Dan Ballard with a header that opened up the score, and then Jack Clark with a double, one from the spot. All played. Well, I thought that was a deliberately played free kick, looking for a shot from the edge of the box. As it is, it went between everybody and just trickled over to the far side, and Wednesday have got it back now, level with the edge of the penalty area. They're going to work it back towards the halfway line, and now they have it on halfway, and Wednesday will look to try and build. 8 minutes left. There'll be quite a bit of added on time due to that unfortunate injury to Bambo Diaby. We hope he's okay. Got a bad knock to the head, received lengthy treatment on the field. There's a ball inside the Wednesday half. They're trying to work it out this near side. Palmer showed too much of that. That was a strong challenge, went in there. But they ride it, and now they're trying to get in behind here, and they could be... Oh, the offside flag went up against Gassamo. And that will be a free kick to Sunderland.
Yeah, Gassamo there. I think he just went a little bit too early, and the way to pass was good. Linesman, it was right at the linesman side as well, and yeah, I think he doesn't have to. You know, there was a lot of room for error for the pass to go in behind. He's still probably 25 yards from the touchline, and it's so important that he just times that a little bit better. Just be patient. The ball's coming.
It is. Ball out on this near side. Can tell you, still 18-6. Hull Kingston Rovers lead in the Super League playoffs as Huggins goes on another great run. Can he poke the ball through? It'll fall on this near side. Oh, that's a foul. That was a shocking tackle there. And that was a bad one. And that was an unfortunate tackle there on Nazari Russin. And it's going to draw a yellow card for Wednesday, and a set-piece opportunity here for Dan Neal. He's level with the left-hand side of the penalty area. He's about 24 yards out from goal. Just going to float this one in, Chris, do you think?
Yeah, I think so. You know, I think look at if there's a lot of bodies in front of Vasquez, the Sheffield Wednesday goalkeeper, it's one of them. Just try and hit the target. You know, with the ball bouncing in front of him can really confuse the goalkeeper. But what they're working on is always just go with the flight of the ball. If it does take a touch and it does end up in the back of the net, as a goalkeeper, all you can do is just try and kind of follow the flight of the ball. But if you're Sunderland, you're trying to get players running across the front of him here.
Here now the ball, he's going to go for goal, and it was always wide, and Vasquez saw it going wide, and it's behind, still 3-0.
It's a great opportunity, isn't it? He's Vasquez, I think, positioning wise was good to try and go to the near post there. I don't think it was on, but it just shows you the quality, the rig.
Yeah, goal kick working its way forward now towards the halfway line. Well, we heard boos at half time. Look, Wednesday have been better, and I use that term loosely, second half, because when you're 3-0 down and the opponent are not really, they haven't quite put the foot on the jugular as I thought they might, Sunderland. I think they've realised that their work here is done. But it'll be interesting to hear the reaction. There's going to be some frustrated Owls fans. We heard from one of them on Talksport 2 ahead of the game here tonight. There's a ball on halfway, is given away, and a free kick for Sunderland, and time ticking by. I don't think there's anyone in a blue and white shirt, as we're going to see another change now for Sunderland. Jensen Silk will come on. Trey Hume makes way for the Black Cats, and Hume, he'll get the last 5 minutes or so off. So Seal into the action on 85 minutes. I'm looking forward to the action tomorrow across the Talksport network. It's really what the app was invented for tomorrow. We've got live football on the app, on Talksport. We've got live golf on Talksport 2. We've got live... It's just there, isn't it? Get the app, listen to the live sport. What else do you need on a Saturday? In fact, every day. Is Patterson there? Well, he took an eternity to clear his own line. The ball almost rolled over the goal line, and then still Sunderland managed to work it forward now. And here's Awashish, and he's got runners with him. They were screaming for the ball forward. It'll go to Abdullah Bar on the far side. Now he goes past his man. Can he get across? He's gone down. I think the ball came off him. It will go out for a goal kick. Well, Rigg was screaming for it through the middle, wasn't he?
Yeah, it was. Awashish there's just driving forward. Great touch as well. And just kind of started the attack off, but went forward in numbers. 5-6 Sunderland players in the box there. Just never had that quality to kind of get it across.
Ball played forward by Vasquez, flicked on by Wednesday. Can they get a consolation? Can they get anything to cling on to? They've won a throw-in over on the far side of the field. Fletcher it was who wins the throw-in. Hull Kingston Rovers lead by 20 points to 6. Last couple of minutes there. Rovers going through to the last 4. They were beaten at Wembley in the Challenge Cup final. Can they get to a grand final for the first time in the Super League era? There's the ball now going to be launched. They're going to go with a long throw here Wednesday. Into the edge of the area. Ballard wins ahead of it. Heads it towards the penalty spot. They're queuing up with Sunderland players. They volley it in the air. Ashish can't get under it. And it'll still fall to Sunderland. Have they got more players on the field, Chris, or something? Because every time the ball goes anywhere, they're nearest to it.
Yeah, he's just freshened up the numbers, but it doesn't change anything. Everyone comes on, they know exactly what the responsibilities are without the ball. Now they anticipate, they're on the front foot, they're winning the second balls, the duels. No, I think he's what he's created there, Tony Mowbray, is a real kind of dynamic group that just know exactly what they're about and what their strengths are.
And we mentioned this youth that they've got. There is, I said naivety. I think it's a fearlessness. It's not they're not naive. They're fearless, aren't they? They don't care. They don't respect opponents. They go out and play their own game.
That's it. And even if they concede, they carry on doing it. They believe that they can get themselves back in the game.
There's a chance now for Dan Neil. He's got Bar one side. He had Russin in the middle. And now the ball works its way back to Dan Neil, who's just playing the part now of the quarterback, just popping off the passes as and when, as Barr now cuts in off the right. That's a nice ball here. Chance to lay the ball out wide on the right. Cross comes in, fizzes across the penalty area, just too high, but they're going to keep it in here. 2 minutes remaining. Huggins, he gets through a lot of work up and down this left touchline, doesn't he? And Ashish has it 25 yards out, tries to work the ball in, headed away by Palmer. Not cleared yet. Ball headed back towards Barr. He's over on the right-hand side of the penalty area. He now turns his man 20 yards out. He's looking. He's got support on his outside. Now he'll use it. Wasn't the best pass to the overlapping player, so they'll pull it back here. Chance for Bellingham from distance. Shoots, but it's straight at Vasquez, who saves it comfortably. And we've got just over 60 seconds remaining. There will be a lot of added on time for that unfortunate injury to Bambo Diaby. As another strong challenge goes in. Ref might want to have a look at that after his waving play on at the moment. And now Wednesday will come forward again down their right-hand side. But Patterson really made that one good save, didn't he, from Callum Patterson, start of the second half. And that really all he's had to do tonight. And now the ball goes out of play off a Sunderland player in front of Tony Mowbray. And the fourth official is just punching in the numbers as to how long we'll have added on here. The start or the continuation of another huge sporting weekend across the Talksport network. Women's Super League kicks off. We'll have a lot of that on Sunday in the Sunday session with Sam Matterface. So much live sport, and we'll be across it right here on Talksport and Talksport 2. Ball out for a throw-in. The Sunderland fans in full voice. What a start to their weekend, Chris.
Yeah, we'd be delighted. What an excellent start to the campaign. I think Tony Mowbray, before he threw that challenge to the players, go and win well, and they've done exactly that. I know it's minutes to play, but they've been completely in control, and I agree with you. I don't think they've been out of second gear. If anything, they've just dropped back down, haven't they?
Yeah, ball here with Wednesday. Is the late consolation. 7 added on minutes then we've got here at Hillsborough. Good ball in. Chance here, falls 6 yards out. Can't get a shot away, and it's cleared away by O'Nien. Dangerous there, but O'Nien now and Barr. There could be danger going the other way if Barr can stay on his feet. He was wrestled to the ground, but he gets up, and it's 3-on-2. Awashish wants it played in the middle. That's a great pass into the run of Awashish. In on goal, chips the keeper. The flag's gone up. It's not going to count. It didn't go in anyway. Barr, that was a lovely pass, but Awashish just went a second too early.
Yeah, I don't think he has to go so early. I think he made Barr's mind up, but when he does, he's got the other side of Palmer, and you know, he's looking across the line. He's offside. It's a great little chip as well. Vasquez got a strong hand to it. It never went in anyway, but don't be offside there. I thought Ba done excellently well, taking down the referee, played on, fantastic officiating as well, and it was 3v3.
It was. Ball one at the back. Nice tackle there made by Bernard. Gets the ball away, and Wednesday have it back. Hull Kingston Rovers have beaten Lee. They're into the semi-finals of the Super League. Reminder, 2 weeks' time, we'll be live at Old Trafford on Talksport for the Super League Grand Final. Hull Kingston Rovers a mighty step nearer. And the ball now with Wednesday again. 3-0. Goals all coming in the opening 31 minutes for Sunderland, who were rampant. The second that Dan Ballard planted his header past Davis Vasquez. And while Wednesday are dominating the ball now, I bet you will have never seen this stadium as empty for a championship game. The home ends, they are virtually empty at the moment. Ball whipped in. There's a chance here for the header. What a save, Patterson! What a save! Gregory, I think it was, with a header, a bullet header from close range, and Patterson spread himself and keeps it out.
Yeah, it's a fantastic header. You know, a lot of pace on the cross, but again, excellent connection. Patterson, goalkeeper, alive to it. You know, and I think he's moving back. He's behind goals, and he punches it. He punches it off the line with two hands. It's an excellent reaction save.
Ball at the back. Patterson has it. Just seen the header again. Great save. Almost behind his line, wasn't he, when he clawed the ball away? Well, whatever Wednesday do, it's not working at the moment. Sunderland going fourth in the table. Sheffield Wednesday, having just got promotion back to the Championship, they have made a horrendous start. Just 2 points so far, yet to win in any competition this season. It has been a nightmare, and you would imagine that Cisco Munoz won't sleep too well tonight as the ball over the top looking for Rigg. Rigg trying to win it back. Ball cleared away. Bellingham, who's just sat a little bit deeper now, wins the ball, and Sunderland with Dan Neil will get it out wide to Abdullah Ba. Abdullah Ba has it. He has it nicked away from him, and we're inside. We're about halfway through the minimum of 7 added on minutes. You're live on Talksport 2. Mark Wilson and Chris Llewellyn. Chris, Sunderland, I think, have turned up. Well, they've just given the ball away on halfway, so we'll watch this attack play out here in front of us. As Gassamo is trying to wrestle his way past. Sunderland again outnumber. Gassamo can't believe he didn't get a free kick, but Russin will get the ball. It's played. Russin's going to have to chase this, but we were speaking downstairs in the press room, Chris, and we thought that Sunderland would come here. We thought they'd cause a threat. We thought they'd score some goals, and they've delivered on every count.
Yeah, you know what you're going to get. You know, I think they've definitely got an identity. They've got that confidence, belief. They're in fantastic form. You know, they lost the last game. You're expecting a reaction because they absolutely dominated that game as well, creating chance. They just weren't clinical on the day. But you know what you're going to get. So I think, they've delivered. They've controlled this game. You know, they've kept the ball when they've had to. But the one thing that I like is they keep it with a purpose. The whole point is to get into that attacking area and create opportunities, and they've got bodies flowing forward, getting into the box at the right time because they know they've got quality coming in from both flanks.
Yeah, I mean, even now you're looking on, there's Rigg and there's Russin on halfway, both on the turn. They're both expecting the ball to be played forward. There's none of this, let's just waste time, let's run the clock down. All right, they're passing it around at the back, but they're passing it around trying to door Sheffield Wednesday out so they can hit them again.
Exactly, and you're saying, the players playing on the shoulder, but when they can come to feet and play as well and link up, they're doing it all, and that's what this team do very well. You know, whatever's on, they play it. If it's on to go direct in behind with pace, that's exactly what they play because they've got willing runners and they've got players that can execute the pass as well.
Yeah. And just proof for the likes of Jack Clark, who made that big money move to the Premier League. It didn't work out. He got injured. He never really got a shot at Tottenham. And had a couple of loan spells that weren't great, but all of a sudden now we're seeing the Jack Clarke that rose to prominence at Leeds United again.
Yeah, and it just shows you, I think your face has got to fit as well. You go to a team that is playing, like you say, in Champions League and doing whatever, that there's a pressure on to go out and win every game, and maybe you don't get that opportunity to play a young lad even though you spent that money on them.
Yeah. Ball being passed around at the back here by Sheffield Wednesday, who are trying to work their way forward. The ball forward here will find Musaba. Now he gets the ball away. Could be a chance for a shot from distance, and that was, well, it was a shot from 20 yards out, and it was probably 20 yards wide. Goal kick for Sunderland. In the final few seconds here then, there will be boos. The boos won't be as loud as maybe we would expect, because there's hardly any of the home fans here. There'll certainly be a big cheer away to our left. Tony Mowbray waves towards the Sunderland fans. His night's work is done. It's another good night for this young Sunderland side. There might be one little last bit of defending to do for them as the ball fed in, cleared away. The referee will be looking at his watch. Around about 20 seconds left of the 7 minimum added on minutes as Wednesday put the ball in. Patterson does well. Not had a lot to do tonight, Chris. What he's done it well.
Yeah, he has. I think it's so difficult for a goalkeeper in a game when your team's so on top that you're not getting asked too many questions. But goalkeeper, they're a different breed altogether. They have to kind of keep switched on, make sure that they're focused, talking all the time. And I think whenever he's been asked a question, it's not been too many, he's had all the answers.
Well, the boos ring around Hillsborough. Sheffield Wednesday rocked by the threat of the chairman withdrawing his financial support this morning. The fans turned up hoping for the best, but got the worst. 3-0 down inside the opening 31 minutes. It's another night to forget for Sheffield Wednesday, and it could be an uncomfortable few days ahead for Cisco Munoz, who still waits for his first win as Sheffield Wednesday manager. For Sunderland, they were off and rolling once Dan Ballard powered his header in from a corner inside 5 minutes. Jack Clarke scored a wonder goal, running from halfway before drilling a low shot past Vasquez into the bottom corner. That was 2-0 inside 8 minutes, and it was Clarke who strolled up from the spot to send the keeper the wrong way after Bellingham was pulled down in the area. The contest over really at half-time. Sunderland created a couple of chances second half. Patterson made one great save. That's Anthony Patterson denying Callum Patterson. But the truth is, Sheffield Wednesday was second best pretty much from the 3rd minute onwards. It's the Sunderland fans that celebrate in South Yorkshire. They're up to 4th in the table. For Wednesday, well, the horror show goes on. What a nightmare start to the season for them. They're rooted to the bottom of the Championship. It ends at Hillsborough. Sheffield Wednesday 0, Sunderland 3.
Yes, Mark, absolutely right. Wednesday bottom, 2 points from 9 games now. They go to West Brom.